shit that we on. We on. We on. We on. We on. We on. This the shit that we on. Let us go. Gotta paint that blue. Paint that blue. My big habit, treating us like food. They ain't telling the truth. With a we on, we big shit. We on, we on, we on, we on, we big shit. We on, we on, we on, we on. Ain't trying to just sit around. God like trying. I done shed blood, shed tears on dirt, fighting these fools trying to spear. Set trip trying to. Us wanna die. We killing our cause a mother cries. They killing our brothers and I know why. Us killing ourselves. Slave master, next employer. No 40 acre, no view, no noise. Them type of eyes with a God destroy. Earth without selling soul. We on, big shit that we on, we on. We on, get the shit that we on, we on. To the side, this to the side. They take niggas' lives, kill niggas' pride. Situations get minimized. Criminal history emphasized. On the victim they penalized. Officers don't get penalized. Big business is an enterprise. Social media they hypnotize. That's what people don't realize. Jail and slavery. Gotta look at. Still going through the same pain. About the time that we improvise. Dr. King. Should we ride or live the dream? Stay quiet, don't make a scene. Go Malcolm X by any means. Pick a size, no in between. Nigga, pick a size, no in between. We on, yeah. We on. This shit we on. We on. This shit we on. We on.
I brought a different. Yo. Tuesday night. Yep. Running a little late. We are late. Let's change that. It's Tuesday night. It's time for Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Conversation. Guest. He had to step away for a second.
He's at work right now.
He's actually at work right now, but he'll be back in shortly. Telephone number 404-500-1605. Please make sure to give us a telephone call. Plus, please make sure that you go to urbanatlanta.com. urbanatlanta.com. Hit that subscribe button. As you are looking at this live right now, please hit that like button as many times as you can.
Like, the heart, all of the above.
All of it. Love it, like it. We need all of it. Make sure that you hit that for me. Angelo, what's happening with you, bro?
What's good, broski? How you feeling, man?
Hey, man, I am recovered, man.
You're recovering, right?
Yeah, man. The birthday week was crazy. Oh,
Yeah. I bet it was.
oh. Yeah.
Just
yeah,
following the videos and the pictures, man. It looks like y'all had a slamming good time.
Yeah, and I promise you, I had not planned on this being a crazy birthday because the number, numbers numbers really don't mean nothing, until it's, a derivative of 5, 40, 45, 50, 55. And I am somewhere between 50 and 55.
Somewhere in
between.
Yeah. And
He said somewhere in between.
yeah, I'm somewhere in between.
He
there.
is.
And well, as you see, we got people walking in. What's up, Jeezy?
Yeah. All right. Let's go, family. What's going on? All right. Yeah.
Yeah, as you see,
got a
man.
chair.
Like I said, we just doing it.
I'm gonna get you the microphone.
We just doing it. But
Well, listen, so I missed your birthday party. And I looked at all the pictures over the years you said I posted, man. I usually make all the parties every year.
Yep,
I
you do.
very seldom miss anything, man. But since I missed it, man, I had to bring you a birthday gift there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I just started sweating.
1738.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, Usher got a commercial with these cats right now, man. It's making this stuff hot.
Hey, man. And it's nice.
Appreciate that love, homie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, if I hadn't already cracked what I cracked, boy.
They be on and popping, huh? Man. I saw the list on there. I said, I can't get them with the regular stuff that everybody else getting. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I had to do something a little different.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
Sugar Sean, what's up, bro?
Yo, what up, man?
Hey, man, Sugar Sean
We out here.
is a guest of the show. He's been around a couple of times. He's been in hiatus lately. So, go on and introduce yourself, man. Let them know what you do and all that good stuff.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Shug. Yo, we in the building, man. I'm hanging out. Yes, I did take a little hiatus, spent a lot of time with the family, and now it's time to get back on the road. And, hey, listen, man, I can't wait till the new Uptown Comedy Corner is fully renovated because that's home for me.
Yes, please understand that new Uptown Comedy Corner where we are filming right now, it is being renovated, so y'all get ready. I promise you will not be disappointed. As Sugar Sean said, man, you get escorted. You get escorted.
Escorted.
There's a man in an elevator that will bring you to the right floor.
A little old Italian
Great.
dude. He like, where do you want to go? I'm like, it's only 2 floors.
Yeah, yep. But he gives you the whole experience by asking you where you want to go.
Yeah, it's a serious situation right now.
And just in case some of y'all are wondering why I'm sitting up here with this big hoop in my ear, today I was actually looking at Michael Jordan in The Last Dance, and I just got inspired by the big hoop. On one side, he had all the teammates wearing it, so I feel like I'm part of the Chicago Bulls right now. I'm winning.
Right.
You winning.
I'm drinking like I'm on the Bulls too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just drinking lemonade, people. Just drinking lemonade. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Nah, it's funny too. I was watching that too, Michael Jordan. But I was
Tell him.
watching there's something on YouTube where Michael Jordan just talks shit to everybody.
Oh wow.
Shoot, that's every game. What you talking about?
Every game. And it was Michael Jordan's most shit talking moments where he destroyed O.J. Mayo when he was the #1 prospect coming out of high school.
Yeah,
Right.
the other Michael Jordan.
And O.J. Mayo was like, "You can't guard me," and he said, "Yo, sit down. All right, come here, little man." And he destroyed him. And little man just put his head down. He said, "Just understand who you talking to."
Understand.
Yeah, Mike ain't no joke.
All right, over to my far right. What's going on, partner?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Boy, it's good to see you, man.
Long time, man.
For real.
Hey, I'm the flag football Black Tony.
Hey,
Look, I made it tonight, though.
That's the GOAT right there.
he the flag football Black Tony now.
Hey.
But we laughed hard about that the other night. That was hilarious.
Hey, as a matter of fact, go and introduce yourself, man. I got
Man,
some
so my name is JG Jonathan. I go by Jeezy, better known as, longtime friends to to the crew right here, man. We're about to have a good discussion tonight. See what's going on. Really.
Hey, you got a birthday coming up too, don't you?
Yeah,
That's-
Thursday,
I
man.
know that. Hashtag Libra Nation. We in the house.
Gang.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I remember that. I remember that.
The
Yeah.
scale is in the building.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What you call it?
The scales in the building.
Yeah, no doubt. My mom a Libra, so you know
Hey, Libra strong, man.
Yeah.
Libra
they
strong.
represent.
Libra Nation, huh?
Hold on real quick. Engineer, I'm not showing on my page. Check into that for me. I got some people hitting me up, asking me where am I at.
It's on there.
It is?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm looking at it. Keep moving forward.
Yeah. Oh, I know why I ain't getting it. Okay.
You gotta let them know where to find us, right? We had
UrbanAtlanta.com. You know what I mean? Or you can go on either one of our Facebook pages. It's on there live.
yep,
I'ma
UrbanAtlanta.com.
tag
Y'all
you on
can
here.
log in to
Easy to show up on your
UrbanAtlanta.com.
page. Yeah,
Classic
right
Conversation.
And again, we need for you to follow that. Need for you to go ahead and hit that button. Like that, love that, all of that on the live. You know, go ahead and do that. But we also need you to subscribe. Again, it is free. Don't cost you a thing to
Oh,
subscribe.
JoJo said, "Is that Jeezy at the table?" Yeah, that's Jeezy.
Joe.
What's up, John?
So I was gonna bring up the topic that you brought to me, but you know what? We're gonna say that for next week. I want you to get on there. We're gonna get in here early next week and get on that because we're gonna need some time for that one.
I'm able to pull up, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna need some time for that one.
Yeah, that's a serious conversation.
You know, so this week, basically, what we decided to talk about, we had somebody reach out to us, and they was basically talking about, growing up alone as a kid, just growing up by yourself, no siblings, and how does that affect, or does it affect, how you move as an adult? And also, we're hoping some people give a call in about that. But we're also going to get into the R. Kelly conviction, and we're going to talk about the music and whether or not you're still going to listen to his music. And because he has a lot of music, a lot of people don't know that he's actually the one that did the music, type of deal. And we're going to compare that to some other artists that's done some shady things and see if you still listen to their music. So in regards to, growing up alone, I'm thinking that you.
I'm an only child, so I definitely know that experience, and I can definitely speak on that one.
Okay, so in regards to that, one of the things I know that I had
You
somebody
came the
ask
perfect
me-
night, didn't you, man? We
I
got
know.
two topics you
I
like.
know.
On time.
Right. So one of the things that I know that a lot of people ask me about is, does it affect you in regards to being alone or needing to be with somebody?
So that's a good question, really, but it doesn't, because it's all about your surroundings and how you was brought up. So I always say, like, my mom was my mother, and I had a praying mom. I'm sure most of us did, but the streets, I always say the streets was my dad, and I always had cousins and relatives that we like brothers and sisters to this day. So, I think that affects me different. It helped me, but then it's also you have to know yourself as you grow, because, you can't make excuses. You got to just grow and roll with the punches. So I think me having my circle kind of helped me, groomed me into the person I am. Because a lot of people tell me I'm an only child, and they tell me you don't even appear as the only child. And I never understood that until I got older and met only kids other than myself, So it's definitely a lot of people are affected by that, but I don't relate, I guess, to the loneliness part.
So you were only child and single parent.
Yes, both.
You got a serious combination.
Serious.
It's like a support group. Like you say, man, the
exactly.
only child. So like,
Really, that's where the village come in at.
Okay, so now with that, only child and a single parent. Now, single parent, so of one child that has no siblings?
No siblings, one child, single parent, mother, raised by my mother.
Hey, man. That speaks volumes right there,
Yeah,
man, to be
yeah,
standing up as the astute gentleman you become. Now, but
Thank you for that now.
how were you as a kid, though? You know what I mean? In terms of, I understand you had a surrounding, you know, whatever the case may be, but at the end of the night, you and mom's at home, just y'all. You know what I mean? Waking up on a Saturday morning, you know what I mean? How was that growing up, though?
So I guess my mom comes from an athletic family, and thank God I play sports. So literally growing up through elementary school, middle school, literally one time when I was in 9th grade, my mom was my rec league basketball coach. She was the head coach, and we made it to the championship.
She play ball?
She never played basketball, but she had me. She was a big Bulls fan. We grew up, I'm a Laker, but through the Jordan era, I think everybody was kind of a Jordan fan. And so the communication we had was just was huge, and I think her being able to accept that or even be able to deal with me from that aspect made it easier for me to be a man, you know what I mean? Because that's the biggest issue now. It's even bigger than what we're talking about because it goes into other aspects of being a man. Because how can a man be a man if he's raised by a woman? You know what I'm saying? So now we got a lot of things with the HBC community, you know what I'm saying? But the truth, you know, so.
Right.
But it's all about, like, you know what I'm saying, your circle, your uncles. I had an uncle that raised me when I was like 6, and I used to get beatings from my cousin. For him, we'll do things, and I get in trouble for things he did. Like, so I learned, guess what I learned? I learned in life that now you got to watch who you hang around. You know, so, you know, and so I seen him at my cousin's wedding this year, and I thanked him.
Really?
Yeah, really, literally. He was, man, 6'3", big dude, man. Give you the whippings out this way. I remember them whippings now. When I do anything in the streets, I'm always thinking of consequence. And I think that's where it kind of drove me to that direction, you know what I mean? So, truthfully. But, I mean, everybody's circumstance is different. And I can speak from mine because I know that, you know what I mean? But my mom she was almost like a dude. Matter of fact, just the other day in the barbershop, I was there, and my barber cuts her hair too. And one of my friends was like, man, your mom, oh yeah, I met your mom the other day. She talks sports. She was like, yeah, she talk better than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause she can really she can come in here and have a conversation about sports. So I think that, you know what I'm saying, her being the person she was, groomed me into the man that I am, you know, and I appreciate that, you know, so.
Yeah, that's dope because
That's good stuff.
it's interesting because I grew up with just, I wasn't a single, I didn't have I had my brother, you know what I mean? But when you grow up in a household with a mom, did you go through conflict like I went through? When I went through, you know, my mom had a little hard time with me because going through my 11-year-old, 12-year-old stages and me becoming a man, it's almost impossible for a woman to be a man. Like, I don't know how your mom was with you. My mom always felt like she had to be extra. So she had to try to be like, I'm raising 2 dudes in Brooklyn. And you know, she was just very hard on us. Well, on me, because I was like the rebel. But it's like, I went through, like, it was just a very interesting experience. Because my mom, she taught me morals, self-respect, how to deal with certain things. But at the end of the day, a lot of stuff I learned about being a man, I learned from being outside.
The streets.
The streets. But it was also, too, I learned from real dudes, though.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, and I feel like that's why I take a lot of, you know, I really take the initiative to go out there and talk to the kids the right way.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody want to be an OG, a gangster.
Yeah.
You can have that. Like, I'm not interested in that. But it's just talking to you like, yo, listen, you don't got to get yourself jammed up. You know? So it's a very interesting dynamic just growing up with a mother. Because at some points, I was very sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you get into fights, like, and it took the block to be like, the more you keep getting upset is the more we going to keep messing with you.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the more you keep, that's why I started doing comedy, because I was funny. I was fat with glasses. So I had to have jokes because they had jokes. Like, this is Brooklyn. Like, they gonna come, and they're not gonna come once, twice. They gonna come every single day.
Till you
I
toughen up.
better be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I had to say something. But Brooklyn really, that I consider that my dad.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of interesting when you just grow up with just your mom, because it affected me in relationships too, because I didn't know how to deal with a woman and a man interactions. Even though I was able to watch it on the outside from uncles and other family members, like, how did that affect you in your relationship? Because with me, I had to learn to do what I'm doing now with my wife, being with her 22 years, being married 16 years. I had to actually learn, like, it's a relationship, like, you know, give and take.
Hey, and I got a great answer for that. It's you learn from your shortcomings.
Right.
Like, so seeing her not have a dude in the house, or when a dude come in the house, the dynamic between those two. So I learned from mistakes. Same thing from my uncle. So everything I take in life, I add on to it.
Right.
So her not doing good or I seen my mom get married one time after 30 days of knowing a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like
30 days?
30 days. You know what I'm saying? So I learned, and the guy ended up being an okay guy. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, they weren't together long term, and I seen their ups and downs, which I learned, and I always just took things and taking things and letting them suppress.
Right.
I'm big on not making excuses.
Right.
On the flag. I'm big on not making excuses in relationships,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But it's all about, I think, biggest thing, when I got 26, that's when I started realizing that I wanted better for myself.
Yeah.
My mom wasn't good at finances. She was good with God. She put God in my life. But it's on us as people, as kids, to add that to our kids' life. Whatever you were founded with, add something else to it. Don't. It shouldn't be 30 years later, you still just giving them God.
Right.
Now I got to go learn about finances. You know what I'm saying? So I can teach them. You know what I'm saying? And I think when you talking about something, I told my son recently, like, man, look, you can't try to prove things to people all the time. That's the biggest thing with this generation.
Right.
They want to be cool. They want to, and you trying to impress, but at the end of the day, you trying to impress dudes. Like I always like women. You know what I mean? So that was who I tried to impress. You know, so it made me better. At the end of the day, but my big homies were very inspirational. And like you said, it's good to have good big homies.
Yeah.
Not just the streets, but big homies that's also telling you, like, man, nah, get out the streets, man, go play football, man. You nice, you got a chance. Those little conversations kind of helped me, you know what I'm saying, to kind of be where I am now.
Yeah, that's dope. Nah, cause you know, it's just like, even being here with Angelo and Jae Tea or whatever, and kicking it with you, I really realized that we have a responsibility, you know, to actually get out there and kick it with the youth. And I feel like a lot of guys in their 40s are living a third childhood, and they trying to prove something where it's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter. Like all that, you know, you go through trials, tribulations, but who are you now? And that's why the young people, they don't want to hear it. Like you know, it's funny. I'll tell y'all this right now. I had a conversation with my son, and I was big on, like, I ain't grew up with a dad, you know. I ain't had no father, this and that, and I had to grow up in Brooklyn. I had to learn from the streets and, you know, getting beat up and all this other stuff and fighting and all this other nonsense. But my son, at 12, 13 years old, said one of the most profound things to me. He said, yeah, I hear you, Daddy, but that's not how I'm growing up. And I stopped telling him that because that's not the life I'm giving him. He was like, I got you.
Yeah.
So you're not going to understand how to live without a dad. You're not going to understand that because I created a life for him so he doesn't have to understand that. You know, and that's some of the hardest parts I feel, like with us that grew up in these broken homes. It's hard for us to really realize, like, you creating a home, you got your wife, you're doing what you got to do, you taking care of your kids, and it's like we trying to, like, but you got to understand I'm doing this because you got to know, like, yo, Daddy went through all this, Daddy went through this, I had to get punched in the face. But it's like, yo, I ain't got to go through that. You know, that's just like one of the hardest things that I had to learn. Like, just leave them alone. Because what I'm teaching them is, aside from what I went through, but what I learned.
Right.
And I got to accept his life.
Yeah, his path is different than yours.
It's definitely different.
Dwayne, you say we got 2 callers on? Dwayne? All right. Caller number 1. I don't know which is which, so go ahead and state your name. Caller.
King Quill. King Quill, can you hear me?
What's going on, Quill? How you doing, brother?
Peace, peace, peace.
Hey, making it do what it do. Enjoying this tea, man. You know what I'm saying? There's some great conversation going on, y'all got. Some great topics.
That's what's up, man.
But I just wanted to chime in real quick if I could, because I am an only child, and also I was raised by a single mother as well, so
Okay.
I can definitely say I wasn't as blessed to have that community and that village around me, like deep. Like I didn't really have access to my cousins. I didn't meet my cousins and stuff until I was like grown. Like I was like really disconnected from my family. So
Wow.
I was that like alone person. I was that alone angry child, you know, protector of my mother. Like you do one wrong thing, I'm swinging on you. That's started a violent phase in my life. Like many who know me know, you know what I'm saying, and it started there. So I would say, yeah, it can definitely affect you if you don't have that village in your life, like brother DJ on the show did. And once I started playing football, I got that brotherhood and started seeing my teammates, brothers and parents, you know what I'm saying, seeing that dynamic, soaking up game from them, seeing what a man, you know what I'm saying, how a man moves like a real man, a man who got a family and children. And that's something that I really wanted to become. So that's the model that I had to look for in other people.
So y'all have similar family dynamic, but complete opposite experiences. That's deep. So you had a sense of loneliness at home. You had a sense of missing somebody else, a sibling or whatever in the household. I mean, describe that a little bit growing up. Describe that a little bit growing up. I mean, how was it?
I mean, for me, I was a latchkey kid, so I was no matter where I lived, I went to the same school as elementary on the west side on Ashton Street, Yalcott Elementary. I used to ride the bus by myself, elementary school, middle school. And I come home, I didn't have anybody like, hey, you better do your homework when you get home. You got to do this, you got to do that. It was like I already know what to do. My homework was already done. I was basically operating as an adult.
Wow.
As a child.
Wow.
So and really, me being a father now and looking at my children and how they interact, it really makes me like flash back to like, okay, wow, this is different. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's what I was gonna just ask you. Like, how did that affect you in terms of relationships coming up with with actual relationships, female relationships, relationships with guys in school? I mean, prior to playing football, how did that affect you then versus now?
Well, I would say then it was hard for me to build relationships. I was really like I was isolated. You know, I was really isolated. I used to write a lot. I started journaling and I started writing poems and rapping, writing songs. And that was that's how I used to talk, really. You know, that's how I communicated. And I was really a quiet person. Like I didn't really talk to you. And until you got to know me, and then once, you know what I'm saying, you start breaking those barriers down, then I would open up to people. But it was a process. Like before football, relationships was like there wasn't any, because after that bond you get when you're on the team. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Over and year after year, that was undeniable. So those relationships stuck, and those relationships I still hold to this day, other than like my frat brothers. My frat and people who I played football with are the strongest relationships I pretty much have in my life.
Let me ask you this. In regards to, I know you said that you got your frat brothers and everything, and you said growing up you was kind of quiet. Do you feel that in regard, I know you probably met other people, that was an only child. Do you feel that being quiet like that had to do with the simple fact that there was, you spent a lot of time by yourself?
Well, that was a factor. I'm not going to say it was the sole cause, because being the only child of a single mother who, out here in these streets, everybody's looking for a mark. So that's where I first got my, like, protector badge from, like, knowing that these streets are cruel, and if people see that you're weak, they're going to try to take advantage of you. And so that's when I started saying, like, okay, I was like, you wasn't coming near my mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was fighting grown men as a child. I've literally been in hundreds of fights in my life. Like, and it stemmed from there. Wow. That isolation, that I wish the MF Wood mentality, you know what I'm saying, don't come over here with that craziness. In mind, that's where it stems from for me. And yeah, it's definitely trickled into my adult life. I dealt with anger for years. I've controlled it more now. Being a father has taught me patience. But yeah.
Did you want to, when you became a parent, was it your goal to ensure that you had more than one child?
Absolutely. I didn't want an only child. Like, and the way my situation was, we had a blended family. Mm-hmm. My wife had a son already, and I had a daughter already. And looking at when I chose my wife to be my wife, one of the major things was, well, how's my relationship with this only child she has? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how I was with guys who used to come up to my mom, you know what I'm saying, trying to shoot their shot, do their thing, and me looking like, oh, he ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That was the major part of our marriage, me connecting with my son now, who was her son at the time, he was 2. And that relationship, me and him forming that relationship was the beginning really of our family now, because my wife and I, we ended up getting married and had 3 more children together.
That's interesting, bro.
And now we 6 deep, we're 7 deep, 6 in the house, and I couldn't put an only child on them, man. Like they need that interaction. They need it.
Right.
From somewhere. It doesn't have to like the gentleman Jesus said, he had it from his cousins. If you got that village to fill that void, that's the important thing. And that's where the community really has to come in at with our people. We need to fill these voids that's out here where our fathers are locked up, they've been killed, they passed away for whatever reason, and there's a void out there, and we got to fill it.
Wow. Y'all like over there? Y'all sipping that good stuff? Y'all didn't told me no. I mean, what's going on?
I can dig that, man.
That's interesting there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but seriously, man, the only child thing is not a barrier unless it really is. But if it is a barrier, we need people to fill the void. Other family members, like you know the situation of your other family members. And you know what I'm saying? You know if your sister, your cousin got this child over there that it's just too much for them. They need that village. They need that help. They need that man's voice.
Yeah, I don't think it becomes a barrier or anything bad
Testing.
unless someone
Thank you, y'all.
is accepting people into their life, knowing that it's probably not the right thing to do, but they're accepting them into their life just so they can have companionship. That's when I feel that it becomes, as you could say, problematic. You know, when you're accepting something just because, you know, and I like I said, I've never really thought about it until we talked about it last week. You know, I can't even, I've tried to remember, you know, people that maybe, women, of course, maybe that I dated that was, you know, an only child, and I was trying to figure out if their actions and reactions were different than others, and I really couldn't because it's not something that we talk about. Right. This is not a subject that we talk about, but this can be something that can affect the way somebody starts moving and acting as an adult. Not saying that it's a bad way, but it just could be a reason of how they move, the way they move, or whatever, you know, as an adult, because all reactions to how you grew up in your childhood is not always bad. You know, let's face it, you know, it's not. You know, I was, again, looking at the Michael Jordan thing, he talked about where his drive and determination came from was because his dad used to always tell him, his brother used to be able to go out in the yard and help him do stuff with tools. Michael Jordan said that he went out and he couldn't get the stuff done, and his dad used to say, boy, go on in the house, you know, and that was his drive, was
right.
He used that drive to make him what he is. So all the reactions to what happened to you as a childhood ain't bad. So I want nobody out there listening to think that's what we're trying to say here.
From it.
Right.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting, right? And I'm listening. Me growing up with just a mom and my brother, but I was the oldest one, you almost feel like an only child is the oldest one. And when you grow up with your mother and just a female, I started to realize, like I didn't realize it later on, but I was sensitive when I was younger. Like I used to take on a lot of different traits that I didn't know that I took on until my mom, because it's interesting that a lot of us who grew up with single moms, they made us play football. Because they said, yo, we gotta get you around these guys. Because they said you gotta get around alpha males because they recognize the type of the direction that we were going in. And if it wasn't for football, who knows if I'd be here right now.
Right.
You know, because I was really, like my mom, like it was interesting when you just grow up with a mother because they give you like mixed messages, right? They'll tell you, you know, why are you so sensitive? Stop crying, stop acting like that. Then when you turn into another animal, they're like, why you don't got no emotion? Why don't you become more sensitive? Then you sitting there confused. You be like, yo, hold on.
Hey,
so you want me to be mad? You want me to be sensitive? You want to be emotional? Like you don't know what the hell to do.
But that's the mother in them.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the mother in them because they don't understand, like, being a man is something only men can understand. You get me? Like, we don't have to be the same, but I understand another man for what another man is. You know? And football really showed me the way because I couldn't be out there crying. I couldn't be out there sensitive. I had a job to do and I was on a mission and I had to get it done. You know, it's just a interesting dynamic when it comes down to that single parent household. And I got my own theories, man. I feel like that's why a lot of these young brothers are behaving the way they behaving.
Hey, but the big thing right now is the dialogue. It's starting to hear because a lot of people don't even know they missing this. Don't even know it exists even.
Right.
And I hope my man go get some help for that though. I know you say he been talking about it, but mental health is so real. And I know we say it's a constant theme in the black community, but we really need to seek help. That's the only thing that's gonna make us better. I mean, don't be scared to do it. Just try it even. You know what I mean? And that's real.
Yeah, I went to a counselor and they told me I was beyond help, but I went to another one after. It was like, yo, we can't even.
I knew something was coming behind that.
They said we can't even do much for you.
I knew something was coming behind that.
They say you so far gone. They was like, yo, you
lying,
got to find somebody
I know you
else.
lying.
They said your insurance ain't even gonna cover this visit. You gotta go.
Big John said he's blessed to have both parents, but he grew up with an older sister with an 11-year age gap. So he basically grew up in the house by himself. Was able to learn a lot because of that.
That was a mom basically for him.
So,
man.
Yeah.
So the
Real quick, my man Sugar Sean got to get ready to get up out of here, man. So go ahead and let people know where they can follow you at, what you're doing, what's coming up, and all that good stuff.
All right, cool, man. I got some prior engagements. Unfortunately, I have to leave real quick because I just let you know you can follow me on sugarshawn.com. You can follow me on sugarshawn23 on Instagram, sugarshawn23 on TikTok. I have TikTok now. I'm really into TikTok. Like,
Yeah, you're a millennial. You're a millennial now.
Yo, when you
I'm still trying to figure it out.
when you get a TikTok and they send you down that rabbit hole, you on there for about 4 or 5 hours. Like you be like, yo, nah, word, this is going on.
Hey, Sean, how you spell that, Sean? Because I'm trying to follow you now. Hi,
Oh, Sean is Sugar, SUGA, Sean, SEAN, and 23. All right, Sugar. No, I changed it. My bad. Sugar, SUGA, space SEAN, Riley, RILEY. I got professional. I'm getting older now. I'm in my 40s, so I had to try to switch it up a little
after
bit.
you talk about how you TikTok.
Yeah, but TikTok. I mean, I do 40-year-old TikTok, the For You page. Yeah,
So you got caught in the rabbit hole?
I be in the rabbit hole. My wife be ready to divorce me, man. When she start going off, I just be scrolling. You can't even find me for about an hour and a half. I'm in the man cave on TikTok. I go crazy when my battery go down. I be like, no, I need my TikTok. Like, it's
Too funny.
But yo, I love y'all. I mean, yo, love you, Angelo. Love you, Jae Tea. Love you, my brother, Jeezy.
Yes, sir.
You know, it was great kicking with y'all, and I'm definitely gonna be back again. And my brother on the phone. Okay, he hung up. But yo, he must got.
Sure, no, I'm right here.
No, he didn't.
I thought you. Went
Oh, he was on TikTok?
yeah, he was on TikTok.
Want to follow you?
Yeah, he's streaming live from TikTok. He like, yo, we on TikTok. You know, he was on that Mark Zuckerberg thing, and they cut his Instagram off. But yo, peace and blessings. Y'all love y'all. And
love,
guess
bro.
what? I took a little hiatus, but Angelo opening this thing back up because he know I'm in the building because I'm in his face all the time. So
That's what's
all right,
up,
peace
bro.
and blessings, y'all. I got to
Appreciate
jet.
you, man.
Peace
All
out,
right,
brother.
appreciate you, homie.
Later.
What up, Dre Day? I see you. So listen, young lady kind of sparked this conversation I brought to JT. Some of the things She said they're usually talking about the topic of single kids. Usually high achievers, look for perfectionism. Y'all tell me, you and Quill, y'all say this fits, some of these things fit y'all. Usually characterized as being spoiled. However, it can be viewed from the perspective that one's parents was able to shower him or her with undivided attention and resources versus the opposite. They probably develop better socializing skills at an earlier age. They usually spend more time with adults. That's something that you were saying, right?
Yeah,
Mature faster, wisdom. There's no pressure or need to compare oneself to siblings, so no sibling rivalry in the house.
That could be a plus.
All right.
Yeah, I would say all those are true for me. Probably except one. I wasn't showered with gifts, but other than that,
And that's what I'm saying, man. I don't think it's a lot
Negative
of people,
or a plus, right?
A lot of people, when you ask these type of questions, the first thing they think is they're thinking on the negative side. But unless someone is feeling alone all the time because they was alone as a child, that's
negative.
the only time that I feel that it can become
Negative or positive.
problematic, that type of
agree.
thing. But the part about what she said about because you're usually in conversations with adults, and I can relate to that because during the summers, my sister used to always go to New York, so I was at home alone unless I was hanging out with adults or my older cousins. They was 4 or 5 years older than me. I'm 13. They was 17 and 18 years old. So that makes a lot of sense what she said there. A lot of sense.
I feel like something is only negative if you portray it as negative or derive it as negative or it derives from negativity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that could be positive. Like, nobody's life is going to be perfect or systematic to the point where it's, oh, I love this. And you're going to have ups and downs. Everybody, the richest child in the world, Mark Zuckerberg child, or, whoever it is, you know what I'm saying? Everybody deals with their own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the question, I guess, would be, and for you all, would it be in terms of, the lonely factor? You know what I mean? Like you said, you weren't really alone because you had such a surrounding, but then you got Quill, who said just the opposite. You know what I mean? That he was alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and then you wonder, I asked a question a minute ago, like, does that affect relationships? Like, do you have a need? Like, some people have a need to be with someone because they don't ever want to be alone again. You know what I'm saying?
You may be right, and because looking back on my life, I have been in relationships more than not, so it may have. But then I feel like the longer I'm in a relationship, sometimes I feel like, damn, I need to be single. so I don't know, you know what I mean? But I'm definitely in relationships.
So it
more
kind
than
of
not.
goes both. It kind of goes both ways
Right.
with you, to where you feel like you need to have somebody around, but then once you get them around, you realize
Because you're used to being alone.
because you used to being alone.
So there it is. So that's my answer, Quail. What you got? Give me some, Quail.
hey, I agree with that. Actually, I don't feel like I've ever just needed to be with somebody, but at the same time, like in a relationship wise, but those connections are needed. Like those social connections, those people connections are needed wherever they come from. You know what I'm saying? Whether they be siblings or family we adopted, we go through life. Co-workers, teammates, wherever it is, like I said about filling that void. And about the negative part of it, I don't really think that, being the only child is negative. I wouldn't say that at all. It has its challenges, but when done the right way, it can be a great thing, I think. Whether you have siblings or not, it's all really about knowing yourself. If you're comfortable with yourself and can move forward and connect with other people, you'll be fine.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know what's big for me? When I was alone in those times, I had peace. And so now if I add somebody to my equation, if they don't bring peace, then I'm out of there. And so women tell me I'm a runner. Or, you know what I mean? I'm like, nah, I just need peace. Like, you're not giving me peace. Like, by myself, I'm peaceful. Right. So it's I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It all plays a part in how we're designed, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you a big house.
Hey, I ain't got the money like you yet, JT.
So you can go on the other side of the house and chill. Get your
Facts,
peace
though.
over there.
Facts, I agree. Hey, you heard that,
That
Quinn.
man cave.
From Classic, you heard it from Classic Conversations first.
Yeah, got to be able to go get your peace.
So Dre, okay, well Dre, you just texted in. I was gonna ask you what was your thoughts on this. Dre texted in and said he was a single child, grew up raised by a single parent as well. He said the connections are very important. Without having a brother or sister, I found myself looking for the connections, not necessarily a relationship, but with teammates and friends. And that kind of ties into. So it's real similar. It's real. I mean,
It all comes back to the same place, right? It all comes back
Yeah.
right to the same place at the end of the day. So
that's deep though,
yeah,
man.
it is very deep.
So, hey, Dre, do you have your place of peace at the house?
It's not like a trick question.
Yeah, don't answer
Be
this. It's gonna
careful
get you
with
in
that
trouble.
answer,
Right.
Dre.
If it's going to get you in trouble, don't answer the question. Don't answer the question.
Here's
It's gonna
another
get you in
point
trouble.
she made right
Ixnay
here.
on the ixnay.
Said when an only child develops a friendship, oftentimes the other individual, he said without question, when an only child develops a friendship, oftentimes the other individual takes on the role of a sibling, and there's a strong bond or loyalty to that individual. Y'all relate to that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's heavy.
It is.
That's
So when you
heavy.
think back, when you
But
look
you don't realize a lot of
She
stuff till
hitting
you
it.
go through it, and then you look back at it.
right.
Then you finally realize, like, man, hold on, I did that because of now it makes sense now. You know, that's why counselors are so important, or going to see a psychologist. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah,
know.
she on point with it.
Dead on.
yeah,
She
yeah,
dead
yeah.
on, right?
Should have had her
Pull
up.
up.
There. Had her on the show.
She was grew up as a single child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she can relate.
That's a different perspective or vantage from the female. Well, I mean,
Correct.
from the woman's perspective.
Correct.
Exactly.
Sorry for
Correct.
the female.
Correct. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Dre said absolutely on the question. So he pretty much agreed to y'all.
Yeah, shoot. Growing up, there were times I wish that I was an only child because my sister always had me fighting for her. So I'm glad that I'm not now. But
What, you
back
gonna
then,
still fight
man,
women?
Man, I had to fight for my sister all the time. bro.
That means he lost a lot, everybody. If anybody, I
Oh
broke it down.
yeah. I would say I had about a 70% win ratio, but I
Seven?
took some.
You said 7, right?
70%, but I took some. I took some. Now I took some.
.7.
Yeah, I took some, boy.
Not 70 point.
It's probably why she taking me out to lunch now.
Right.
because of those losses I took.
And hook us up on them changes at the last minute flight change. We sure love you, sis. You done came through in the clutch. You done came through in the clutch. Boy. We about to be stuck.
Oh, and nothing worse than walking up on a crowd and you walking up to see what's going on and you see your sister in the middle arguing with the biggest dude, strongest looking dude, and he ain't lifting weights. He just strong because he was born that way. And you got to step in there and fight that dude no matter what.
No matter what.
Boy.
Now somebody just yelled from the back of the cloud, "Get out of there, sis!"
Right. When I run with me. Shoot.
Right.
Boy.
We can't win.
Peace is priceless. I believe you.
But like I said,
Can I add a different perspective on the only child thing real quick?
Absolutely.
Because I got a lot of clarity one day a few years back when my mother was sick and I was sitting in the hospital and realizing I'm by myself. And you know what I'm saying? Sitting there by myself as her only child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can imagine that.
Like, so if you can think about that perspective of an only child, because, you know, as we age, we become the caregivers of our parents eventually.
No doubt.
So, you know, that comes on to one person versus 5, 6, 3, 4.
That support
That's
system,
a different
right?
well.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wow, that's another perspective
Yeah.
for real.
But you know what's crazy? On speaking on that, my mom always raised me to not ever be scared. My mom's 74, be 75 next week. And she's always raised me to not be scared of death. So now I'm a firefighter and I deal with it better. You know what I mean? And it makes me better. I'm serious. Like, so now I'm not scared to die. Like, I don't want to die. I'm not rushing death either. But she just always raised me to not, like, it's imminent. It's gonna happen. So, and then we have so much family, which I understand. It's good that you know your siblings now, though, because now, I mean, you're not your siblings, but your cousins and whoever you need, because that's when you need them the most. And I definitely can sympathize with you on that.
Wow.
For real. That's heavy.
That's heavy, man.
Yeah, by yourself.
That's a whole other perspective right
know.
there.
Yeah, that's heavy.
That's a good one there, Quill. That's a whole other perspective.
Jeezy,
and I know, Nicole, you dealing with the
AKA
same thing.
Jonathan George.
Hey.
You know, salute
Only
to you,
in
brother.
public.
Salute to you, brother, for your
Hey,
service,
appreciate
man.
you. Hey, thank you, man.
Hey, for real, man.
Hey.
Salute to you for that, man. 'Cause
Yeah, send letters up to this city. We need more pay, raise for the firefighters.
yeah, man, y'all running into them things, man. The only thing I can do is look at the TV shows.
I know that's right. 911.
Yeah, all of them. Chicago Fire, 911.
It's really fun though. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Dre said those social skills were learned the hard way, defending yourself. After a while,
Thanks.
after a while, the term that I would take from no one. And yeah, you learned that, didn't you, Dre? And you fulfilled that obligation.
Yeah, he did, boy. That Dre day.
Takes it from no one.
That Dre day. Don't take his quietness for a weakness. That Dre day don't play.
Yeah, he gonna overdo it.
Our number one fan says a younger child can be an only child when you have older brothers and sisters and you have to fight and defend for yourself. Okay.
I can see that perspective also. I wasn't a younger child, but I could see how that could be parlayed into that also.
Especially when there's a big gap, which is what John was
that's
saying
what I was
earlier.
thinking. The
John
gap
said
is
earlier.
major.
John V said, there's 11-year gap between him and his sister. So there's a big difference. You know
That
what I
helps
mean?
too with the.
My sister's a big gap. You know what I mean? So she was an only child basically for a long.
Right.
No. She's 14, 15 years younger than me. You know what I mean?
Younger.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
So she was raised, but she got a big brother.
she
that
was
helps.
here. She was there. Well, I was with her in the earlier years, but then when my mom had to go back to Germany, my
Yeah,
sister was
that's
going
the
with her,
only
so she
child
was the only
thing.
child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she went through some of those.
I mean, that also.
same type.
We're saying only child as in.
Right.
We're saying only child as in, being just the only child born, but actually,
In the house.
like you said, in the house,
In the house.
can be the same thing.
Be the same,
Yeah.
same premise.
Especially when it's that big
You know
gap
what I mean,
there.
the difference of they have, she still has somebody to call. She still knew, if somebody got her back. You know what I mean? As opposed to Jeezy and Quill, you got cousins, but there is no actual
In the house.
siblings in the house. So
Period.
yeah,
Actually.
period. And there's nobody you can call your cousins, but you can't call your brother or sister because. You know what I mean? So, there's a difference. You know what I mean? Then when Quill said the perspective of, the caregiving of your parent, that's deep. Yeah. That's truly deep.
It is.
That's truly deep, Quill. That's good stuff, bro.
But the older you get, it's like he said, your frat brothers, your football teammates, they all turn. But this older now, they all turn into brother. Like, cause blood, the saying, blood can make you any closer. And I literally have a cousin that's like my brother. Like,
Which is what you said earlier.
Literally that close. Like we.
Was what you said
he
earlier.
talked to me more than he talked to his own brother,
Really?
own sister. Yeah, we like that. You know what I mean? So it depends. But that's older.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but Quinn, that's real, man.
Another perspective, brother and sister, that brother actually may look for, like you said, within a football team, or you go in the military, and you find that camaraderie that you get from other men,
brotherhood,
other brothers that you couldn't get from your sister. You know what I'm saying? So, that can affect you in a way also.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, flag football. Me and Angelo still coaching. We still coaching. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the camaraderie of it that that mainly keeps us there. Of course, the competition, but the camaraderie of it is what keeps us there.
Absolutely.
A lot of us. Got another caller there? Is that?
All right, Quill. Appreciate you, Quill.
Hey, Quill, appreciate you,
real,
my man.
bro. For real.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
have a
Yes,
great
sir.
show.
Hey, salute,
All right,
salute,
man.
my dog.
Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
We got a new caller there.
Yeah, and I was just heard you talking about the camaraderie of teammates and playing ball and that competition, and that stuff. Especially when you were only child, it means a lot. Going through those battles and learning those social skills and how to be that becomes your family when you don't have brothers and sisters. So you look to those teammates; they become really, really, really important as you get older in life.
Yep.
That's facts. I remember when I first moved to Atlanta and started playing flag football, bro. When I tell you, our flag football team was really like a family. If a family member of somebody on the football team was getting married, we were all at the wedding like that was our family member. So like I said, I'm not an only child, but I look to sports, and also when I was in the military, I'm still friends with some cats I was in the military and well over 20 years ago, and we're still friends now. And it's like you said, it's a connection that you get, a brotherhood that you get. I had a sister, so I couldn't get that brotherhood with her. I could get that love from my sister, but I couldn't get that brotherhood from her. And I actually, once I went in the military, I found it there, and then I actually started doing it by playing sports after I got out, and flag football was the one that stuck. Basketball's a little different. It's not as many people.
Yeah, it is.
One person can actually carry you.
Affect the game. Yeah.
In football, all of you got to do what you're supposed to do. So you kind of get a trust within your brother next to you. It's a little different than basketball type of deal. So, caller, go and introduce yourself, man.
Andre, aka Dre Day.
Yes, sir.
I have known Lo since 1989. Lo, don't say nothing about the jacket.
That when I was born. I'm taking away a couple years.
I won't say nothing about the jacket.
I appreciate it.
Not yet.
We need to hear that. I feel like that's important right there. That's important.
No, we're part of his recruiting trip.
Nah, we ain't gonna talk.
But the football, man, is different. If you even look back to like high school when you played football or if you played basketball, people let somebody that's not even good be on the football team about to get into it with somebody that's not on the team, and let them tell somebody that's on the team. People back down. I don't think the hardest cat in the world. Like, no, we ain't messing with them cats. Them cats big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got everything on the football. Cats ain't big on the basketball team. You know what I mean? Football, we know. hey, them boys come see about you, boy. You might want to leave him alone. So I tell you that, and that's just love right there. From the lowest man on the pole to the highest man, it's all love when you're on that team. You know what I mean? So,
I'm actually gonna start asking people, if they were an only child. And then start kind of paying attention to.
That's part of my dialogue when I speak. Ask your sign. Yeah, what's your sign? But I think we're a lot alike. Our social skills are, but I think Libras just have that. That's my mom's a Libra, so she always taught me to speak out. You know what I mean? So I think it's how the universe works, and if you're an only child, like all those factors combined make up. It's your makeup. You know what I'm
saying? You ask those questions.
Oh, I definitely.
That's
do.
interesting.
I definitely do. Those questions right there every time. You only child, what's your sign? You know what I mean? And I don't even do it. I do it just so I can know a little bit about you before knowing about you.
Right.
So I'm scared of cancers, and you know what I mean? Like female cancers scare me. I just say.
What?
So Dre, you had the similar thoughts and feelings that the other shared.
Oh, no doubt. And it's funny. He was talking about your parents. My mom had a scare with COVID where she was hospitalized for, I think, 10 days. And when she was in the hospital, now, I mean, y'all know me, and y'all, I can be a little stubborn sometimes, but most part of that times 10 is my mom.
Just a little bit.
So,
just a little bit.
Yeah, so, most part of the time 10 is my mom, and so when she's in the hospital, she stays at home by herself, and it's like I'm trying to figure out how to tell her, you can't go home by yourself. You have to come to my house because I have no other siblings. there's nobody else.
Yeah.
It's just me.
No support system.
Right. It's just me. So, and to go even deeper than that, I had an uncle that had a stroke recently, that was in the hospital for 7 days, went to rehab, and he's out now. But I mean, he has no kids. So
You got to take on that
that's my
responsibility.
uncle, my mom's brother. So I mean, that's me also.
Wow.
So yeah. So I mean, it's it's a full plate, but I mean, it is what it is. So
Man, my hat's off, man.
Yeah,
That's real.
salute to you on that one, brother.
Real for real. You don't think about things like
it's
that when
all
you're
good.
only child. You really don't. You know what I mean? And I'm only child, and I don't because I don't. My mom got a lot of, but I have like 17 cousins that are my age. You know, so it's like we grew up together, like between at least a 7-year gap, up or down. You know what I mean? So we grew up together. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah, that's deep, man.
That's some deep stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
I have to revisit this. I got to do some
There's
more
so many
research. I have to
perspectives.
revisit
So
this,
many
though.
perspectives.
So many perspectives.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? And you guys coming from the male point of view, young lady here came from the female point of
Right.
view. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
Hey, Lo, so look, I'm gonna say this. And this is deep right here. So, can we not use the word female?
Okay.
I have literally gotten into 2 arguments, not even knowing women don't like to be called female. Some, because they say that's not whatever, but they don't like the word female. So women,
Really?
lady, man, it's crazy,
Hey,
mind
you blowing
blowing,
me away with that.
mind blowing. But yeah, so women, so nobody gets offended.
So, from a woman's point of view,
There you go.
Well, do
That
they
was
go?
new to
Do they
me.
go into the male female bathrooms?
Hey, look, man, don't start, Lo. That's a whole nother That's a whole nother combo. That's a whole nother. I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm
I'm telling you now. I literally broke off a date one time. Like she really got mad. I was like, I don't even. And I feel like if I don't know, I'm not wrong.
right.
Educate me, and then I'll know better next time. But hey, it's the issue.
Is that right?
Oh my God. I said it, so I know I don't want nobody texting. Look, I didn't say it. Angelo Sykes.
Let's go. You know what? You know what? Let's put that out there to everybody.
Man.
Ladies, women, would you rather not be called female? Would you rather be called
Man.
a woman, a lady? Oh, give
And
us a
I've
call,
ac- and I've asked some women-
404-500-1605. Let's see.
And I've asked some women, and nobody cared. But then some, they give me, and it's a thing though. It's a real thing.
Wow.
Hey, they said because a dog can be a female or a male. That's their statement. It's deeper than I even know. I really don't understand it 100%.
So what are we? So we can be called male?
And see, that's my argument. They're like women don't cut. But I just heard on the news the other day they said a male perpetrator, and then I heard the same person say female. But it's an issue, and that's probably. I hope
Number one
somebody.
fan said
I
call her
hope
by her
somebody
name.
reaches out. I hope somebody reaches out that's with
The
that.
number one fan said, just call me by my name.
Yeah, that's a real thing, bro. I done had
That's interesting.
real conversations about that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm with y'all.
Sounds like
I'm not
a
anymore.
topic to me.
Oh, it's a topic.
Sounds like a topic. Yeah.
Hey, what? She know I'm on the show. I can't respond to you when I'm on the show.
I mean, it's urgent.
No, that she's watching and she wants to say something. But I tell her all the time.
Call the show,
post
Mom.
it. But my sister not there to help her out. She can't.
Take mom's calls too.
Too funny. Hey, well, y'all stay on
Go on, take the call, dog. Go
on the
take
phone. No, 'cause I'm trying to
take it.
teach her to do this
okay.
the right way.
All right, okay. I was
You know
about
what I'm
to
saying?
say, gonna
Jeezy
be
didn't
our
say don't
first
take it.
live phone call on Classic Conversations. But okay, yeah, we're gonna do a little education tonight. We're gonna teach how to do it, whatever.
Uh-oh.
Hey, y'all stay on the line if you can because did he give his name this time?
He
Last
did.
guy he did.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Gave his nickname and everything.
I guess because we're on a different kind of conversation, you
He
can say his
did.
name. huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, when somebody say 7 years, you know it's real.
My guy Dre Day.
Right. Yeah, different kind of conversation. Yeah.
All right.
That's why I asked. I say, hey man, call and go and introduce yourself. He
Hey.
came with it, nickname, the whole nine. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, make sure he not trying to find a restroom. Jesus. Okay. So, well, daggone, I don't want to get into the topic. He ain't here. He the one that main proponents.
Oh, we're going to go there?
Yeah. I mean, you want to keep going?
You know
Got another
what?
question?
Wait
Go
till I
ahead.
get back. Come on up here, young man.
See, at this point, we're gonna start. Y'all gonna see on Classic Conversations. We about to start having some commercials soon.
Yeah, you're a
with
young
some
man.
advertising people's businesses.
Okay.
So, folks with businesses,
Okay.
get your little, 10, 15-second commercial together. We're gonna pop that junk in. You're gonna be able to see it on the page. We're gonna start promoting folk businesses as a part of Classic Conversations. Take a little short commercial interludes. But go ahead, Teasy, what
go
you
ahead.
got?
So, yeah, y'all, I know half of y'all didn't believe me when I was saying it, but I am a dad. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And as you can see.
Okay. Hello.
Wait, hold on. She called?
Mom, call.
She called in? Wait, hold on.
Yes, I called
Now
in.
this is a first. Turn your back. Hey, you got background noise going on.
Oh, I got background noise. Hold tight. Let me see. All right, turn it down.
There you go.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
You loud and clear. Talk to us.
Okay. Listen, I'm old school.
Right.
I'm not a binary. I'm not none of those things. You call me a female. Okay? I'm a female.
You're a female.
That's all I want to say.
Okay. Well,
I'm a
listen,
female.
we sure enough
Thank-
appreciate you figuring that
thank
out,
you
how to
very
give a
much.
telephone call in. We really appreciate
For
that.
clearing that up.
Okay, you're so welcome.
She gone now.
All that other stuff they coming out with these new day stuff, God still made male and female.
Male and
Ain't
female.
gonna change.
There it is.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Called in. She got to the point, then she said bye-bye.
That's right, Jaron. Mama Sykes is called. Mama Bracy though. She's called in.
So,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, real quick. I know
Okay, you can hang up now, Mom. What's up, Jaron?
I know a lot of y'all hear me talking about my son and everything all the time, giving shouts out to him, even though usually he ain't looking at the show. But got my son here tonight, man. He popped up on me for my birthday. Go on, introduce yourself, brother. Go on, let him know. Say something in the microphone.
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on. Go on, talk to it.
Is-
Look right there.
Oh, it's not right there.
Yeah, right there.
Tyler Drew, but I go by Playboy, so you can just say that.
Playboy. All right.
I didn't know that part, but
All right.
he actually goes by Scoop in my household. This is my man Scoop. When he was born, he had this little dent in the top of his head, and it came up. And I was like, man, that looked like a little scoop. So that's been my nickname for him forever. So now listen, in regards to our conversation just a minute ago, in regards to, when I said brothers and sisters growing up, and you and your sister, what is the gap? How old is your sister over you?
7 years. Yeah.
So you spend a lot of time at home alone.
Yeah.
So now, let me ask you this. Now that you're, coming into this grown man stuff, 21 now, living on your own, do you find yourself liking to be by yourself more than with people?
Actually, yeah.
And see, again, he had that gap, and he was at home a lot by himself.
Right.
So this is what I'm talking about in regards to that. Now, I don't think the young lady is watching that you were dating back in the day, that you told her we need to take some space. She was kind of,
I don't even know who you're talking about,
you
man.
know what I'm talking about, the one you used to take to Walmart and everything all the time.
Not ringing the bell.
You think she looking at the show?
Hey, man, you never know. Stuff traced back.
Hey, man, his nickname is Playboy. What can I say?
Nickname Playboy. What can you say?
Hey, same cloth.
Nickname is Playboy, so what can I say? Well, listen, man, I just wanted to get you up here and let people see that I am actually a dad. Yeah.
And he talks about you all the time.
Yeah, bro. I talk
All the
about you
time.
all the time. Everything that we talk about, I can figure out something that we and me and you have talked about and everything. Over them Little Caesars pizzas and everything. You know how we did back in the
Oh,
day.
y'all talked about the Little Caesars pizza?
Oh yeah, yeah, $5, $5. Oh yeah. All right, man. Well, listen. Go on, say hi to Casper, Miss Kaya, because she done spoke to you.
What's up?
Stay right there too. You can join in this next topic.
Yeah, we need
Go on,
that.
step it. Go get your water so you can have something to drink.
Lineal
Come on, come on
perspective.
back over.
So my aunt Orlena's told me to read. She said, Call me woman, female, just not the B word.
And you know what? When you
Check that box.
when you said that she was like, a dog can be a male or a female. I was like, well, usually a dog is what they call a male, and the female they call the B word. So that's why the female dog is what I'm talking about. That's why I was a little confused on it, but
That's
hey,
the first I heard that one.
Jay, I'm telling
hey,
you.
Mama Angelo,
Two situations.
she took care of that.
But I heard several of them all chimed in and said the same thing. They said they good with female.
And I agree 100%, but I have
Cole said
had.
she don't like to be called girl, but female she
Yeah,
good
I
with.
can see that. Now, let me ask you this, Jeezy, if you don't mind. What was the age of this young lady?
I would say 30s.
Okay.
And it's the more aware woman. The older. It
As they
wasn't
say,
the younger. Yeah, it was
the
more
woke. The women is woke.
Yeah, the more woke woman. But it's only been 2 situations. But both of those, I'm questioning. They getting mad because I'm like, but I'm trying to be educated. Educate me so I won't do it. So, but it was it was heavy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So it is some women that don't like to be called females in this world. Just know that.
That's interesting.
Okay. So, all right, Angelo, go to the next. What we're going?
Well, listen, we're gonna dive into this next topic.
Oh yeah.
I think we did good on time so far. So we're gonna dive into this next topic. So, everybody's aware at this point of the R. Kelly situation, and recently he was found guilty on all the charges presented through the federal government. So we had his original conversation. A man here, Jeezy, tapped in to me. He was trying to answer all the questions after the show. He was like, hey, man, I need to be in on this subject.
Hey, I need to be here.
He said he had a lot to say about this one.
Lot to say.
So, he said, my mind telling me no. Quit. So Jeezy, we don't have to recap what all the charges are, but tell me your thoughts on the actual charges, though.
So, I listened in that night. That was my first time chiming in. I'm glad I did. As soon as I seen it, my ears perked up. But so my issue is, I feel like a lot of people. I was young when it happened. I'm Aaliyah's age. So when she went through it, I was literally in high school going through and hearing and seeing older guys come to school to pick up younger women. Not just that, even just not even understanding, because so many things are abstract to the adolescent. You know what I mean? Whatever's in front of our face, we see it. So I didn't believe it even. Like, just saying, a lot of people be like, man, it's been going on for 20 years. But I didn't believe it. When I was even younger than that in the 80s, I heard 3 rumors about Too Short being dead. Too Short is still alive to this day. So I learned that the industry is not, you can't believe everything you hear. So I really didn't believe it. Even if you do kind of believe, you're not really sure. But I feel like any man that's of that age that's going to high school in your 20s, mid-20s, that's trying to pick up teenagers or middle school kids, because he's dealing with 14, 13-year-olds. And as a man that has daughters, that really bothers me now as a 40-year-old man. And I get what y'all saying with the parents, but that's not. It's about everybody being accountable. You know what I mean? And people even bring up Elvis. Elvis was 24 dating Priscilla, who was 14. That was in the 50s. You know what I'm saying? It's a different generation, and the occurrences of R. Kelly dealing with the situations he dealt with, man, he's guilty. Like he's slummed to me. Like, and I love R. Kelly. Like before now, you couldn't ask me before this who was my favorite artist. R. Kelly is probably the best artist ever. As soon as that hit, I found out it was real, man. I looked at him like Slum. He a piece of crap. You know what I mean? And I really hate him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't hate anybody. I hate R. Kelly and Aaron Hernandez.
Okay, so with that, with you saying that, let me ask you this. Because his artistry is still his artistry.
Right.
Is he still the greatest artist ever?
Not to me. Whitney Houston took over. Whitney Houston. I'll take crack over cracking with them. Hey, look, crack, whack, cocaine, whatever she did. Look,
so
Whitney Houston.
Okay,
R. Kelly is out of my. Like, they play him in the club. I got to be real drunk to even dance to it. Like, so I have to drink a lot to even like R. Kelly. Like,
so he's not in your playlist at all.
Oh my God, I can't. Don't play him. I will leave the club.
Wow. Go ahead. I will hear this.
So that's what I got. So In your eyes, an artist is only great if they've never broken a law?
No. If they rape kids.
Okay. If they rape adults?
Well, I mean, okay.
So rape
I
period.
could probably I'll deal with them better if he rape adults than raping children. I'm serious. And I'm not
I see
even
what
being
you're saying,
funny.
yeah.
Like, it's just the children thing for me. Like, as adults, our job, that's our job to protect the children.
Yeah, I get
So
it.
if you're preying on children and getting women to actually, your security to actually lure people in, and I get what y'all saying with the security or him paying the parents off the parents, they got to deal with their God.
But in regards to his artistry,
He was great.
he was?
Yeah, nah, he lost everything. To hell with R. Kelly. Do it again. Man, look, nah, seriously though, bro. I as soon as I started reading it and seeing that it was real, it bothered me. Like, I was bothered watching that whole documentary. Like, man, he really was doing this.
So the documentary set you off.
Yeah, no.
So you feel the documentary is 100% accurate?
Not 100%, but probably 60 to 70. He
Now-
did this.
And I've stated this on the show many times, especially with the Aaliyah thing is new to me because I didn't
who
know
thing?
Aaliyah. I didn't know all the ins and outs of it. But after this trial, knowing that they paid somebody off to get the
Everybody
marriage
did,
certificate
Will.
and everything, all right. But in regards to the documentary, all of those women that was at his house were 18 and up.
Because they got of age.
So you
Make
think,
sure he doesn't show them till they get to, he was dealing with these, like the girl that said she went there to support him in his trial. She was 14, 15, got back to his house. And then it's all R. Kelly. I feel like when it's so many situations of it, something has to be true. Like, I'm not gonna say it's 100% true, but so many people saying the same thing. Even the Cleary girl, I'm not sure her first name, the one that was with him last that left, she's even coming out now because she's came back. I mean, think about being R. Kelly, as big as an artist he is. And think of you taking your child there. I talked to somebody tonight that kind of brought it up to me. It's like, you taking your child there and you even being like, nah, like, no, you trying to ruin my life, mom. 15 kids. You trying to ruin my life. I hate you. And now R. Kelly gets in touch with them. They get in touch with him. They gone. I mean, you can lose. That could be me or you losing our daughter to a situation that we didn't even know was as big as it is.
It's one thing to say losing your daughter because she may have ran away, whatever the case may be. Is another thing for you to take your daughter to him,
Right?
and say, "Here's my daughter."
But who did that for rape? Who did that to say they knew they was gonna have sex with him? Did you think they knew that?
If you listen, you just said yourself, the rumor's been out there for 30 years.
Rumors.
The rumor's been out there for 30 years. If you keep hearing the same rumor over and over again,
Right.
You just said yourself, there's got to be some kind of truth to it, and yet you still took your daughter backstage
Right.
and left her
Right.
with this man.
the ones that got me was the ones that went on tour with them. Now, again, I'm not
All of them,
absolved.
hold on. All of them went on tour with
All of
him.
them.
That's how they're using the RICO statute
Exactly.
to say he took him across state lines because
Exactly.
he took him on tour. That's what they use.
But this is the one that was on the documentary. They went on tour with him. I think these are the ones that took her to the concert. I think they was from Maryland.
Right.
I'm thinking of their accent. They're from the DMV. They took her to the concert. She went backstage. Then he started inviting them on tour with him.
Right.
And this is what the dad said.
Right on.
He said it was crazy how it went down. At first, our room would be on the same floor as R. Kelly.
Okay, listen.
But the daughter was in R. Kelly's room. Then their room started getting further and further away from R. Kelly's room, but the daughter was in R. Kelly's room. Now again, I'm
Jeezy,
not
is your
some-
daughter gonna be in R. Kelly's room
right?
My daughter was
at any point?
But how,
At any point?
No, but how can I stop it if they're at a show? Just say,
No.
Well,
We
use a
said
hypothetical.
staying in the room.
well, no, not stay. They were staying there. They said her room was the same room as R. Kelly.
She stayed in the room with R. Kelly.
But was that
They stayed in another room.
right? So, but did they know that?
Yeah, he told me.
So hold on. So you tell the parent, Okay, let's just say even if that's the case, who's more wrong, the parent or R. Kelly?
I give you that. I give you.
Wait a minute, no.
Now,
Tell me who's more wrong then.
Now,
Who you think is more wrong?
The parent.
Me, the parent.
So is the
parent.
So you think because R. Kelly had intercourse with the child that the parent may just? I agree. Now that's a little heavy. I didn't hear that, but still, R. Kelly is wrong for going into that act with that child. Right or wrong? That's the most wrong.
R. Kelly is a scumbag.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for saying that.
Nobody is. I
The
think very few people dispute the man is a scumbag,
Yeah.
and he's a scumbag simply because he preys on younger girls.
Right.
No, I'll never say there's anything good about that. But where's the accountability? is my
Accountability
issue.
lies in both sides, right? Now the parent first, right? But what if the child is telling you, I don't understand how.
All I say, I asked Dwayne this question.
I agree.
Everybody who has daughters, I always ask this question.
I agree.
I said, how much is your daughter worth to you?
I agree.
At what price can your daughter be sold?
So
what price?
But is R. Kelly saying, well, look, you give me $1 million and I'm going to sleep with your daughter?
It don't.
It matters.
No. To me, that doesn't matter. No, but let's go back to that. All right, let's address that situation. The Aaliyah situation.
Okay.
15 years old.
Correct.
She's supposed to been pregnant. Touring with R. Kelly.
Right.
Name one time the parents ever pressed charges.
You know why they
Name one time the parents have ever even made a police report.
He paid them off. Because
You know
it goes back to my question.
Well,
I
it was
just about
the
to
uncle.
ask you. Tell me
I
how
agree.
much is your daughter worth?
Nothing.
Thank you.
Nothing. I agree.
There's not a dollar amount. You're telling me there's not a dollar amount nobody could give you.
Somebody's talking. Who says
Go
somebody
ahead.
said something? That's you?
Go ahead, G.
No, this is a shorter, Jaron. A lot of y'all are looking at it from the point of view of these women, these little girls coming from parents at home.
Exactly.
A lot of these hot ass girls ain't coming from parents at home.
Correct.
A lot of these hot ass girls are going on tour because they ain't got nothing else better to do, and they sucking dick anyway.
Well, not just that, though.
You
I
can't
don't
look
think.
at them coming, bro. I
I'm
can
not saying
tell
you don't-
some
you're not
stories
right.
about that scumbag. But like I say, like I want y'all to release, free R. Kelly so we can take care of it. You know what I'm saying?
Streets.
But,
The streets.
yeah, just free
How
it.
good are
Let
we
them
for that?
go. We'll take care of him.
No, we won't.
No, he won't.
But I'm just saying, bro. He's been scum from a long time. I mean, I can tell you some stories on the Aaliyah situation that R. Kelly's prime age was 12. That's his age, 12. Every song he sang, you might have helped you make a baby, but for him, he wants you to tell him things by sending them over at 12. He is none of those lyrics or songs, any of that shit was made for love making music. None of that. He was always talking to your kids, and it don't become prevalent to you until you riding around and the kids are singing the lyrics in the back of your car.
Well,
Not all them little girls come from hot.
That's.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm just saying, we can argue that here and there. That's debatable. But my point is the same. My point is simply this. Number one, they charged this man with racketeering. They brought in the RICO statute on R. Kelly. In the history of this country, you know what I'm saying? all the actors, all the singers, all the people that have done these type things. Let's keep in mind, Hugh Hefner ran the Playboy Mansion. Do you know how many underage girls hung out at the Playboy Mansion?
No.
And Hugh Hefner is considered a hero,
No, how
a
many?
folk hero.
I don't. How many? How many
No, how many underage girls hang out at the Playboy
How many
Mansion?
girls underage? How many girls underage at the Playboy Mansion? And he was right. Hey, and he's a folk hero. He lived as a folk hero.
No,
You know what I'm saying? What my point is, this didn't just start with R. Kelly, but they're making R. Kelly the mark. They're making him be the fall of this stuff, the same way they did Bill Cosby, same way they did Michael Vick. You know what I mean? But they let these other folks. Why is Harvey Weinstein not hanging from his cojones right now? Huh?
So
What's the other dude?
Because of
He's in prison.
because of ethnicity, R. Kelly is being the
My point is they didn't bring up RICO statute on none of them.
right.
They didn't charge him with a federal racketeering. And if we understand what racketeering is, racketeering means someone else was arrested multiple people were arrested and reported certain things and told certain things. That's how racketeering goes. Racketeering does not go with one man being charged and no one else.
It was a team.
You can't find you can't find it in the history books. You can't find it. Where one man was charged with racketeering with nobody else being charged. No one. No one.
I agree.
It doesn't exist.
That, like you said, it's the Mike Vick scenario because they're gonna go after the biggest name. They don't get no credibility for taking the cousin to jail. What is he? He's nothing. All right, they need the big name. And I get it.
Typically, those people have to be arrested first. They got to be arrested, charged, and convicted first before you bring a racketeering.
So let me tell you.
All the mob guys, somebody was locked up and told.
No doubt. You're right. Racketeering is related to drugs most of the time.
Drugs, money laundering, things of that nature.
Things of that nature.
But other people get arrested for it and charged. You know what I mean? You don't get one person. And nobody's held accountable.
Yeah. So do you think
the preacher who married Aaliyah?
So
he's not responsible.
Somebody in
Guess
the
what? They're
team
going to
might be
start
in
with
jail?
R. Kelly.
Huh?
They're going to start with R. Kelly.
It's not going to start with R. Kelly.
No, they're going to go down. Trust me. The parents.
No, do you think somebody else on the team is in jail for sex trafficking?
Say that again. We can't hear you.
Somebody on the team might be in jail for sex trafficking, and they're trying to get them on those sex trafficking racketeering charges.
Nobody on whose team?
On R. Kelly's team.
Nobody been charged.
Yeah, he's been charged first. They want to get
nobody
him
else is
first.
charged.
I'm telling you, they're going to go down the list.
They didn't charge anyone.
Just like they did BMF. Same way.
No, what I'm saying, bro, saying is
BMF
there
got
may
busted
be
'cause other
somebody
guys
who
got
is
busted
already.
first.
They just held them. They got them for.
No, I'm
they
saying there
gave
might
us-
be
they
somebody
gave
that's already
evidence.
that's.
Right. If people giving up evidence now on R. Kelly, that's why they just not locked.
But they were
R. Kelly.
charged.
I got you.
They
Now
were
you're right.
arrested.
You're right about that.
But they're going to go after the rest of them.
They're not.
They are.
No, they're not. Everybody who testified already got immunity.
Oh, this XPD.
They're
so,
They're not going after them.
This XPD, so I'm not gonna argue.
Hey, they're not going after them.
So,
They gave them immunity.
hey, look, real quick.
They're not going after nobody.
So my close friend sent this message, and I want to read it. This is
ahead.
a woman.
Go ahead.
She said, "It's not the child that has a price tag, but once your daughter goes down that road, it's hard to get them back. You can lock them up and all, but at some point, the little girl has to not want it." And they stay till they're 18, and then once they get 18, now nobody's in his custody that's under 16, 15, because look how long it's been. It's 30 years of this.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
So they have
No.
Just
He
about
had
all
some
the
girls.
females,
He had
about
some
every
girls that
female who testified, all
they were
those
young.
females who did that BS documentary stayed with him for multiple years.
I agree. But
Multiple
years. They started
They
young.
were being quote unquote sex trafficked for 8 to 10 years.
But they didn't get them till can't speak to them till after 18, so it doesn't hold any. You know what I'm saying? They can't say if you're 14, 15, 16, he had you for 3 years. It's 30 years later. They're 18, 19, 30 even, and now it's like they can't go back and say, "Oh, well, you were 14," because they can say, "No, I didn't. I got here when I was 17 or 18, whatever the legal age is." You get what I'm saying?
No, that's what several of them testified to.
And so they're going back, and that's what
Yeah,
makes it so hard. Go ahead, bro.
So at what point in time are they a victim? Are they a victim when they continue to stay and don't go?
Oh no! Once you get there, you stuck. They said it was like they were saying it's hard to leave. They couldn't even leave.
Now, see, that's the part that
No, bro. There's a part they was mentally stuck, but they could have left.
leaving.
No, it's easier said than done.
The only two people they said didn't leave were the two when they had the dad come out there and yelling about my daughter.
Hey,
that girl was a grown. That girl was those were grown women at that point.
Hey, looking at the documentary, there was women that left and came back.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't. He
victim
wasn't
is that?
making them stay.
So you don't think that R. Kelly's star can draw a person in? Like that's R. Kelly. I even agreed that was my favorite R&B singer ever. So you don't think these people that life? He's probably still giving them that life, even though he's making them do things that are. Man, the things that I've read in the case, it's ridiculous. Like what he's doing. Like, did y'all read some of that stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean,
bro.
It's the occurrences for me.
Yeah, so a lot of them wanted to be stars. You know, they were following that musical dream.
Exactly.
And they were there at a young age, and they stayed stuck in that as a young age because he did utilize them in songs. Some of them did get royalties and stuff like that. But a lot of the girls did leave. And the ones that made the documentary, they utilized those ones because they had parents and they could make this shit stick. And y'all can get a real good understanding.
Right.
But there's hundreds of countless girls who did make the documentary.
So taking the parent out.
And again,
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. Finish your thought.
Take the parent out. Yeah, take the parent out and talk out from kids, runaway kids and stuff like that from different cities, Tampa, Atlanta, Maryland, different parts of Virginia that he met on the road, and then he took them in, and they only stayed in that part of the town. And he only saw them when they came to that part of town. Y'all only heard about the documentaries that happened in Atlanta and Chicago.
Right. So look,
he got houses everywhere.
Question. This is a great question, right? She just said this. So taking the parent out the equation, who's the victim?
I mean, that's a great question. That's a great question. But you have to ask that question in terms of how are they bringing these charges up? Based on who's the victim.
Right.
So how are you bringing these charges up?
So not even speaking of that, just speaking of it in its hilarity, the victim is the child at the end of the day, right? At that child at 14, 15, they're the victim. And we can blame the parents. They're wrong. They should get locked up too.
Not if that.
I feel like get R. Kelly first. And
not if that. Bro, a lot of these, man, I'm just saying, like, I see it from a lot of hot 14, 15-year-old girls that are out here on the
no doubt.
Like where I'm at, bro, there's a whole high school of homeless kids. They don't have a parent that's in the street with them.
100%, brother. 100%.
So for when they run across an R. Kelly situation, they tricking, man. They surviving.
And that's R. Kelly.
And they will do recruiting and all that stuff.
Yes, that's R. Kelly though. This ain't just Lil Baby. You know what I mean? This is R. Kelly, the biggest R&B artist ever. Like, what child not going, if they into that, not going to want to be in that life?
I'm
looking at the victim, and that's my issue.
And I get that part. Go ahead, Jerry.
All right, I got a comment.
But no, I'm agreeing exactly with what you're saying, bro. I'm saying is that is R. Kelly. These kids there's a lot of runaway kids at the 14, 15, 16-year age who are doing making grown folks life decisions out here. They're surviving, and they do that bounce around not only with R. Kelly, but every artist that's coming into a new city that might go off to a new area. They prey on these guys.
No doubt.
So
that's what he did.
R. Kelly got the bite, and he's been doing it for the longest. But there's a lot of those kids are hot, man, and again, who's the victim?
But we got stories of Harvey Weinstein. You got Matt Gaetz, who's in Congress right now, who they said was sex trafficking. You got what's the dude who got locked up and died? Yeah. So the so-called suicide.
Yep.
Epstein.
Epstein.
You know what I mean? If you looked at that story,
what's the dude
multiple underage girls.
What's the dude that adopted
Woody Allen?
So look, so y'all's situation is not really so much for R. Kelly getting locked up; it's everybody being accountable as well.
Correct.
And so for that point, I totally agree. I guess so. I'm looking at just R. Kelly's situation because I guess he's a black man and I'm a black man, and I feel like we know we have to do better as black men. We can't do the same thing the Caucasian man does and think it's going to be okay. You get what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Right. So that's my issue.
My problem is
he makes us look bad.
We as black people absolutely would destroy our people for those eras, but
like
let
that.
them other folks just get away with. If the black folks who dogging out R. Kelly rallied around the Harvey Weinsteins and the Matt Gaetz and all the other people who doing this dirt, then maybe something. But they don't do that. They just rather. But we're destroying this guy.
I agree.
And then we're looking at the government bringing in federal racketeering. You understand what I'm saying? Racketeering.
That's a big word. That's a big word.
Racketeering.
Hey, bro, I can't even spell
on
it.
an R&B
I can't even spell it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
On an R&B singer.
On an R&B singer.
Look,
federal racketeering.
Look, hold up. Not on a rapper that's talked about being out there gang banging.
Then killed everybody.
But they bring racketeering charges on an R&B singer.
Oh, it's worse when you deal with women.
Hold up, let me get this comment in because my wife would kill me. In regards to the victim, she said ultimately the child is the victim because of the insecurities of just wanting to feel accepted.
I love your wife. Great decision.
Good answer, Jeezy. Good answer. You know, like I said, all I could go on. You know, Jaron, I know you closest to that proximity. You know, around that area, and I've actually speaking to other people from Chicago, finding out that he's been doing this for a long time. McDonald's was his spot, whatever. But, looking at the documentary, which is what, I was watching, looking at the documentary. Dude looked like a pimp. What? He looked like a pimp that didn't let his hoes go out to sell it. He had them in the house. Just like with pimps, they can leave.
JT, he pimping from the high school. JT, he's
I'm talking about I'm talking about the documentary.
Okay, gotcha.
The documentary. That's all I'm going on.
I seen the high school in the documentary.
Yeah. But all of them that was there was of age.
How many high schoolers know that's of age to mess with a 26-year-old?
In a documentary, and again, I'm up there, like I told you, I'm between 50 and 55. But from what I remember of the documentary, all of them were what they said, which, again, could have been a lie. But what they said was that they came and started staying with R. Kelly after they was 18. The ones in Atlanta, them folks went to his house in Atlanta. R. Kelly wasn't there.
Correct.
They could have walked out at that moment.
Right then and there.
They decided on their own accord to stay. Now, all I can do is go on that part. Now, listening to and reading up, now that this trial has come out and hearing all the stuff, now the boys that came up there, I'm still a little suspect about that. The kid that came.
I missed that.
The 17-year-old boy.
17-year-old boy, and he's been going to see R. Kelly for 10 years.
He had girls dressing up like boys, drawing mustaches.
No, this was a straight up boy met at McDonald's, his normal hangout spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and he said the boy asked him, does he like boys or some junk, gay the boy, oral sex.
What's the number?
404-500-1605.
The
500-1605.
The story was the boy went to his house trying to get in the business. R. Kelly said, "What would you do to be in the business?" And he was like, "Man, I'll wash your cars, blah, blah, blah." So R. Kelly went over to him, unzipped his pants, supposedly started giving it, well, this is what testified. Started giving fellatio. There you go. Good word. Started giving him fellatio. He stopped. R. Kelly went back and sat down, and this is what the boy said. He said a girl got from up under, I think he said it was a tree or a table.
A tree.
She came from up under that and started having sex with him.
And so look, you asked me a question earlier, Angelo.
But to finish the story, the boy was R. Kelly's friend over the next 10 years.
Right.
How old was that boy? Okay, so I got
he was 17, and he stayed there to 27.
You asked me a question earlier, Lo, and you said you asked everybody, a lot of guys, this question, right? So you said, would I let my daughter go there? The best question is, would you have sex with a 14-year-old?
Me?
Yeah.
Heck no.
And would you have sex for a 14-year-old for
I'm not
30 years?
I'm not a scumbag.
And that's what we talking about. We got to be accountable to our own. In my mind,
nobody's denying. I said earlier.
No, you did.
The man's a scumbag.
But
I don't deny that. Jeffrey Epstein, scumbag. I don't deny that. You seen the Jeffrey Epstein story?
I haven't.
You should look at it.
Yeah.
Look at that and compare it to R. Kelly story and get back with me on
what
that.
What is it about, like, briefly?
Same BS.
Same 13-year-old girl.
Same high school girl. He had a high school girl. He had a high school girl recruiting other high school girls to bring them to the house.
It's worse.
On a regular basis for years.
We can't do
and
the same
got
thing.
Overlooked. But my point is, go see if there's racketeer and charge precedent.
Yeah, he ain't got no. So is he locked up?
He's dead now. Yeah. He committed suicide in a maximum security prison on suicide watch.
Well, R. Kelly, there you go. There's an out.
Hey, on suicide watch.
Suicide.
But keep in mind,
there's the out.
Keep in mind, this man was hanging out with Prince William. He was hanging out with 45. He was hanging out with Bill Clinton. He was hanging out with all.
Who the hell is 45?
The old president.
That guy.
Okay.
All these people he could run. He could run, drop dime on. So, but he mysteriously was killed, committed suicide in a maximum security when he's on suicide watch. Yeah, okay.
So there is hope for R. Kelly.
So now
Boy,
let's try. let's transfer to this because we
No
touched
president.
we we touched on it earlier. Now, the music that he's made. So, Jeezy, we already heard from you. You're not listening to his music at all. Jaren, do you have R. Kelly music in your catalog right now that you don't have to purchase?
No, bro. I don't. I stopped fucking with him a long time ago.
Hey, we're gonna hang out this weekend.
Now let you go into Minnesota.
I'll be in Minnesota this weekend.
Because, you know, a lot of people, okay, I saw somebody put this on Facebook. Tupac was charged with sodomy. He was a.
I know this case.
So what was the charges?
Yes.
Right.
He didn't even have sex with the girl.
But
Tupac was
he was
charged
with
getting fellatio on the dance floor.
Not just that. It went to the
He was charged with rape.
No,
He was charged with rape, sodomy.
That's why he went to jail for rape, Lo.
But
sodomy.
he wasn't accused of rape.
Yes, he was.
He was
Yeah.
The guys he was with, he was accused of setting it up.
And so they, yep.
He was an accomplice.
Correct. He was a basic accomplice, but they only went at him.
Yeah, of course, big name.
Go ahead.
So
He
now,
still did time.
So now he did time for sodomy because they did charge him with that. That's what he got charged with.
Correct.
Will you listen to Tupac?
Man, come on, it's a whole different thing. I said
He forced his penis.
No, he did not. You think you come on a dance
No, he
floor
did
and I
not.
force my?
He was not on the dance floor. This was supposedly at the hotel.
No, he wasn't.
No, it was on the stage.
No.
It was on the
This
stage.
was the gang rape at his room
That's when
where
he was
what's his name?
charged with.
Jamaican Jack.
Yo,
Haitian Jack.
Haitian Jack.
Haitian Jack and all of them was
proved
there.
that Tupac wasn't there.
Yes.
So what was he charged with?
The actual charge was the sodomy on the dance floor, and they basically gave him. Basically, got conspiracy for the rape.
Talk to him, Lo.
Go look it up. Go look it up. I'm telling you. Hey,
That's
I'm
it. That's
gonna
it right
tell you.
there.
Hey, Tupac, my guy.
His
I'm
two
telling
guys,
you.
mine too. His guys, his
I listened to him
two
anyway.
guys had
I'm
sex
just
with
trying
old
to
girl.
Two guys.
He
had
actually
sex.
left the room.
Tupac wasn't even there, and they know he wasn't there.
Oh man, I did my research.
And they know he wasn't there.
But even if that's
but
one
he wasn't
time.
charged with anything in
They
the
charged him
room.
with it as if he set it up.
Correct.
The conspiracy type charge, as if he set up the rape. He set up an old girl to get raped.
JT, I got some goons
And shit,
outside
and
right now to come
and
see
that's
you.
what she
mess
said.
About
Better leave
Tupac.
Tupac alone. I got some goons outside. Just text them. You leave Tupac out of this.
Hey, Charlamagne the God had the same charges.
Say what?
Charlamagne the God had the same
What she
charges.
do?
Charlamagne the God, he got charged with conspiracy. He actually went to prison too. He got charged with conspiracy of setting up a young
Sure
lady to
did.
get raped in at a hotel party.
You said Charlie. Who you say?
Charlamagne the God.
Oh, Charlamagne.
Oh yeah, that happened way back.
Yeah.
I heard, but
That happened way back. What you mean?
Yeah, but those charges
So
are
did R.
coming,
Kelly.
they
I'm not
coming
okay.
back. Though.
I just don't know the whole
They
story.
coming back.
Charlamagne can go to hell too.
Yeah, those charges are coming back.
Yeah, no doubt. But he already beat it. He already beat the charges. Actually, he had a whole situation with that. But my point, Cardi B, it's
No,
he
okay.
didn't
But
beat
it's
the
okay
charges.
if a
He
female.
served time.
Well, you got another one. You got another
He
story.
served time.
But you got another story in terms of
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
I got your answer.
You also got answer at the same time. You also got Jada Pinkett, who now they said had sex with Chris Kelly from Criss Cross when he was only 14,
I got your answer.
and she was 22.
And
Something
he
like
was
that.
I got your answer.
I didn't know about that.
Oh wow, 22. R. Kelly was 24. It's okay if a female date rapes a man. I'm out. He was ready. Women are. I'm saying we gotta protect our
What?
women though. You know,
What?
Seriously.
You-
You,
did you-
don't think
let me-
that boy wanted that?
Let me ask you this question, and this is no disrespect to women, females, however you want to describe them today. You saw the video with R. Kelly and that 14-year-old.
Which one?
There's only one video.
Only one.
No, there's only one actual video that he peed on the girl.
Well, he peed
I,
on the
didn't, I
girl.
actually I seen the girl.
You never actually
peeing-
saw the video?
I seen her peeing on the floor. I never seen him actually peeing on her.
Did you see the actual video?
No, I only seen part of it, not the whole entirety.
Oh,
You felt bad?
whoever that person was peed on that girl.
No. My point is, if you saw
It's okay to pee on a 14-year-old.
no. If you saw what that girl was doing,
What did she- I missed
you would have never there'd have been nothing in your mind that says a 14-year-old girl.
I seen her dancing on the floor, like literally.
No,
was
the
that
way,
same
the
one?
way, the
I haven't seen that
The way that action was going down.
Lo, how long has she been having sex with him?
How long she been having sex? Period will be the question.
So does that make it okay? Does that make it okay because she's 14 having sex with R. Kelly?
I'm not saying there's nothing okay about it in terms of a grown man having sex with a child.
That's what I'm on.
I'm never gonna say that's okay.
And that's what I'm on.
All right. But as far as that story goes, you were just saying something about the male. It's okay for the male because he was ready, is what you said.
I did. I'm just joking.
So I'm
joking.
okay.
But still,
I'm just saying that female.
It's not as wrong with a female though. I'm not gonna lie, and that's the double standard we live in.
I'm about to say that's from a male point of
It's
view.
a real double standard.
I think mothers may not agree with you.
How old were you when you have sex your first time?
I'm not answering that question.
See what I'm saying? JT, how old were you when you had sex?
Because I will get somebody in trouble.
Son, how old were you when you had sex the first time? I can go down the list. You get what I'm saying? Nobody. How old were you when you had sex? Okay, nobody answered the question. Get a woman in here.
9.
Okay, so that says it all right there. We want to hide it.
No, but I'm saying not no more. These girls don't care no more, bro.
No.
These little girls
I think
don't.
what you was touching on.
Man, in Mississippi, trust me, they're 10-year-olds having kids.
Bruh. I mean,
10-year-olds.
Let me read this.
Right.
November 18th, 1993, Shakur was arrested for sexually abusing a 19-year-old woman whom he
19 years old, JT.
whom he'd met at a New York nightclub. Shakur allegedly sodomized and sexually abused a woman along with 3 of his friends. So
That's very
The alleged part.
the alleged part.
19 years old is
no,
what
right?
we're
That's
talking
why I
about.
wasn't
y'all.
answering.
I get you, but what I'm getting to is that you will listen to his music.
19 years old is what we're talking about, JT.
It's rape.
Occurrences. I listen to Elvis too.
Hey, listen.
No.
Let me. Hold on one second.
Rape is rape.
Let's talk about legality.
I know you about to get right. You about to get right.
Let's talk about legality.
I already know where you're going.
All right. So if the age is the factor,
It is.
okay, there's only one person that they can definitively say that he had sex with underage.
Who was that?
One. Aaliyah.
Robert.
The only one.
Proven.
The only one that they can definitively say that he's acknowledged, and everybody has said it. Everybody else, there's no proof of it. It's all he say, she say, brother. All of it. And majority of the women in this particular trial, majority of the women say they met him between the ages of 16 and 17 years old. All those women who testified, only one of them who was 15, and they asked her, well, when was the first time you had sexual intercourse? Her answer was, I don't remember. That was the answer.
I'm not
read the transcript.
I'm not saying you're not right.
So my point is,
brainwashing.
from a conviction standpoint, he was convicted
I got you. I see what
for sex trafficking women across state lines by using his stature to do so. It wasn't for a long list of underage girls. That's not what he was convicted for.
They hit him with the Jack Johnson law.
And that's the issue.
With you.
And that's the issue. He's been convicted of something that for the rumor mill, but it wasn't in. There's zero proof of a whole list of underage girls.
So you think
zero?
So you think he should still be out here singing, making music, and doing what he been doing?
I'm thinking the fact is that he should be given the same treatment that they've given everyone else. That's what this legal system is supposed to be about. How do you and you have state charges there. He got another charge in Minnesota he got to face. He got another charge in Chicago got to face. Why did they jump the gun to put this racketeering in place?
They mad they missed it years ago.
Correct. So now you're just going backwards.
Right, you right.
Is that my only point is whether it's R. Kelly, do you think OJ did it? You know what I'm saying? But he ain't go to jail, you know what I'm saying?
He out now.
And everybody was rooting OJ, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, fast.
And OJ did it. If he ain't let me check. I ain't gonna say my belief is that OJ had somebody to do it. That's my belief.
Juice did
The
it.
glove didn't fit, so they had to quit.
Sure.
Again, the glove didn't fit, they had to quit. I feel that he had somebody to do it, and he showed up afterwards. That's my belief.
I definitely feel like he did it.
You think he did it?
Yeah.
Man, how old were you at that time?
I wasn't even born yet.
He wasn't even born yet.
But I do know that his lawyer told him to stop taking his arthritis medicine, so his hand swelled up.
So that's why the glove didn't fit?
Yeah. And when you put leather in storage, it shrinks.
You're too smart. Go back and sit over there now.
I agree with you. I don't think there's no, I think the man did it. You know what I mean? I think he did it. I don't think it was I personally don't believe that was the intent for that particular day. But, he saw old boy there and he freaked out. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely believe he did it. I don't think there's, but my point is the fact of how the rally cry was, you know what I mean, for him. And how we allow, now how the switch is, how we supported this guy. We went to bat for Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we fought tooth and nail for MJ. You know what I mean? He didn't do that. He didn't do that. Wacko was a white kid. That's why we said he didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Two of them.
But
you see the interview?
But we throwing this dude R. Kelly not under the bus, under the train, going 150 miles an hour.
So we gonna act like Michael Jackson not black? Let's just get some credit. One black man got off.
Well,
all of us can't get off, especially 30 years. Golly,
you said we should. Hey man, take this one.
R. Kelly gotta take it.
Hey man,
Ooh,
take this.
You know they've been talking about it for years. You still doing it?
But he was the women that they got him with were grown women.
I'm starting to think Angelo might have been his goddamn liaison because he got all that.
Hey, if I was a liaison, he'd be out here on this podcast with us right now.
Telling you.
He'd be on the podcast with us right now. He wouldn't be out though. You know what I'm saying?
I wish he was in his life. That scumbag.
But I'm saying he wasn't convicted for all those thousands. I'm sure it was a bunch of underage girls.
I believe it was
more than we even.
I don't doubt that for a minute. You know what I mean?
I believe it was too.
But is R. Kelly the only one who done that stuff, man? You just said a minute ago how the guys be hanging out the schools. We know you a daggone military guy.
Hey,
we
man.
know. Hey, the
boy.
military dudes be at our high school like it ain't nothing.
Think about in China and during the war and Asia
Boy,
and all that.
I used to. Hey.
Don't say nothing to go incriminate yourself, JT.
I was only 19, but I was parked right in the parking lot.
Right.
Hey, GIs came and got half the girls at our school, bro.
Hey, bro.
We're right there on Fort Stewart. It would.
Hey, look, going on what Jesus saying. Let's see, I was a junior. I was a junior in high school. I was 15 at that time because I graduated at a young age. I was 15 as a junior. And I was dating a girl that was in college. And she was going to get me.
So she raped you.
Facts. You liked it.
Hey, look, hey, Jesus.
You matter of fact, you got clout.
Look, Jesus. I married her.
See what I'm saying? Oh, we're going to get her. Racketeering.
Racketeering, y'all. All right.
What you think, D-Mac? I see looking, man. What you think? You got girls, man. Holler at me, man. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, man. I just think the charges.
I got your stance. Though I definitely understand what you're saying, but he's still a scumbag.
He's still a scumbag.
I believe it. I believe
still
it. But
scumbag. No argument.
My thing is,
and I don't. And I do.
Hey, what he is saying is that the parents should also have been, they should be held accountable. I believe that
agree.
too. Child endangerment, at least.
I agree.
Child endangerment, at least.
I agree.
I just don't get how people would not, their stance is to not, and I'm not saying buy his music, because ain't nothing been out that you should buy anyway. I just don't get how now that you have music that you purchased, that you're now not going to listen to. I don't get it.
But that's sex trafficking. That's not sex trafficking. I think. Let me say this, man. I think they're undermining the real issue of sex trafficking by going after R. Kelly and calling that sex trafficking. That is not sex trafficking. Me taking these girls who are with me across state lines to my concerts or to my multiple houses or condos is not sex trafficking.
Exactly.
All these missing black girls, all these folks they bring over the country, all these other people that's actually being slaves, that's sex trafficking.
Matter of fact,
that is the definition of sex trafficking. But they've got R. Kelly as the doggone face of sex trafficking.
Okay, well,
matter of fact,
come on, bro.
I just Googled sex trafficking.
Go ahead.
Sex trafficking is the human trafficking for the purpose of sexual exploitation, including sexual slavery, which is considered a form of more modern slavery. That's sex trafficking.
By definition.
By definition. So we can't not say
that's what they use the racketeering for.
Right. But you saying it's not sex trafficking.
I'm saying him taking over women who are willing to go and have the ability to leave. Nowhere did you say, nowhere in those testimonies, that lawyer even asked those girls, was there a telephone in the room? Yes. How's it sex trafficking, Jeezy? How's it sex trafficking? There's a telephone. That means if there's a telephone, that means you can call what? All day long. How's it sex trafficking is when these girls have no option. They're being locked up. They're being persecuted. They're being sold for rape. He was having sex with them, rape? But that's for the underage girls. But we're talking about there's a whole bunch of folks that sex trafficking in Atlanta. That junk is so huge. It is so big. You know what I mean? We had that story the other day about all them girls got discovered. That's sex trafficking.
Yeah,
that's sex trafficking.
But I think my issue is the victim.
We need to do that story.
My issue is the victim, and your issue is the charge.
Correct.
Which is, you know what I mean? It's understandable. So we on the same page. I mean, but different, but it's still the same. So I agree. You know what I mean? But it's still, I'm not going to blame a 15-year-old, 14-year-old for doing something that they, you know what I mean, didn't know no better for doing. You know what I mean? That's my issue. Like, if my daughter because I can see my daughter being so engulfed with the star of a person that she just, and don't realize what she's doing until she's 18 or 23.
So let me ask you this question. Based on that scenario, you're in law enforcement.
Okay.
All right. If the parent says to you, that's not my child, do you still feel you should persecute the person when the parents, mother and father, we're not even talking about a single household, we talking about a mother and a father, say to you, nope, that's not my daughter?
So
do you still feel you have to prosecute?
It's about the victim. The parents can be two unresponsible adults, totally crackheads even, right? And say that that's not my child. Does that mean that child is not still a victim? That's what I'm.
You don't even know if it's a child anymore.
No, I'm speaking on. We know that he dealt with some.
We don't know that it was a child. If they
know.
said no.
Well, let's say this: even a 14-year-old girl, by the time it went to court, she was 18 years old, so she was a grown woman at that point.
So we're going to dismiss the
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, by the time it went to court,
correct,
she wasn't that 14, 15-year-old innocent girl anymore.
Right.
She was more of a she's evolving to what they consider an adult.
It's been brainwashed. Is brainwashing a thing?
Brainwashing is a thing.
Okay.
But you're saying her and the parents are brainwashed.
No, I'm saying the child is brainwashed. The parents are ignorant. But at the end of the day.
But do you still prosecute?
Yes, because he still has sex with that minor.
Wow.
As the adult, like if you
now look, if he had sex with the minor, yes. But from what I understand, he did. The only way they knew it was a minor was if the parents said that was their daughter.
But
that's why he won the case.
That doesn't change the fact that
that's why he won the case.
That's why he won the
initially.
case.
Because the parents said no. He won it. He won it. Period.
He was found not guilty.
He was found not guilty.
Charge. But because they brought out racketeering,
now
they was able to bring that jump back. Yeah. That's the only ones who can do is the feds.
I feel like preying on kids. I'm going to go back to the basis of anything, to the foundation, and I feel like the fact if he ever had sex with a 14-year-old, multiple occurrences, he's wrong. Be accountable.
I believe it.
Let the parents be accountable where take them to jail too. But let's get R. Kelly and the parents. I'm with that. I agree with y'all on that stance. But let's handle the business. He's doing this. He's a repeated offender. He doesn't care. It's power. And we know money, power, fame, wealth, it all, some people use their power for different things. He used his power to lure in minors. And that's my problem. Like, why are you okay with that? Not you. Meaning, why is he okay or people in his circle okay with him luring in? And they should go to jail.
You asked my next question.
They should go to jail.
I will ask you that question.
What anybody had anything to do with that situation.
Like you said, what about people in his camp?
I'm holding everybody accountable. Everybody who has something to do with it. But let's get R. Kelly. That's all I care about.
Yeah, because that's what ended up happening.
Hey.
Everybody in the camp.
Racketeering, maybe
everybody in the camp, all the parents, everybody.
Racketeering is heavy.
Everybody got off.
Yeah.
Because they went at R. Kelly.
Yeah, racketeering is heavy, but that's what they do. And
now,
that as a law
what were the actual charges? Was it just sex trafficking?
It was the main charges were sex trafficking. They had 10 different charges, but they had multiple charges of sex trafficking. They had one charge of having sexual intercourse with minors.
Okay.
But majority of the charges were based on sex trafficking.
Yeah, I know they had that with
this man was making these girls eat feces and take videos of them saying, I love feces. If that's not, what person loves feces on their body? You have to be brainwashed. And that's what I'm on. Like, it's R. Kelly.
Again, not talking about minors, so of course I get it. What happens if those are adults? And I'm not talking about 18 years old. Let's say they're 20-something years old. If a 20-something-year-old let a man or a 27-year-old let a woman tell him or her to eat feces, is that
no? But that tells you if you can brainwash an adult, you can get anybody. You know what I mean? You can get an adult to do it, an adult woman to do it, or an adult male to do it. How innocent is that child?
Oh yeah, now
and that's I swear.
I'm with you.
Anything with the kids, I'm with. Like I said, I could only go on a documentary because I didn't follow it as closely. Once I heard the Aaliyah thing, that bothered me. Even though I felt a little way about the Aaliyah thing anyway, but I guess I just wasn't looking into it that much back in them days. But the documentary, to me, just couldn't be convicted on that. On a documentary, make me want to look at it again.
I didn't even want to watch that junk. To be honest with you, because I watch Bits and Pieces. It just turned. I stopped watching it because I have a hard time with when I see people going for the money play.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I think it discredits women who truly suffer certain things. You know what I mean? That's the part I don't like. That's the part I don't like. When I see when it's obvious that it's. I want you to really watch that Jeffrey Epstein story, man. You really need to watch that.
I'm going to watch it,
and then you'll kind of get a feel for what I'm trying to relate to. You know what I mean? Because you'll be amazed, and then you'll be like, well, why these folks ain't charged?
And I definitely heard his name, but I haven't delved into the story. So I like being educated on things. But as a black man, I like to be accountable to my own. And I feel like I can't worry about the other, you know what I mean? Like my counterparts. Right. Where it comes to that. Like I feel like we have to be accountable to our own. You know what I mean? That's my biggest issue. You know what I mean?
I'm with you on that. No argument there. All right. Classic Conversation, man. That was, you know what I mean? That's what we love right there. Varying opinions, you know what I mean? We don't...
Step in the name of love.
It's all love.
Step in the name of love.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's what the dialogue is all about. Yeah. R. Kelly's in my playlist forever.
Piece of shit.
And if I could put $2 million, whatever it is, to buy his catalog right now, boy, I'd buy that Joker yesterday.
I'll buy
in
it
the
with
name.
You see that?
Hey, it's two different things we're talking about. Hey, don't judge me. You judge me, you wrong.
Hey, cause I'm telling you, in 10 years that catalog gonna be worth $500
What?
million.
Man,
and when that
anything,
man,
let
and,
me
when,
know.
and whenever he die, boy,
That's when I'm really
Boy.
going in. Hey, I'm with you though if you
Boy.
get it though, but it ain't right.
but it ain't right.
It ain't right.
Ride and just hold on to it. Just hold it. Just hold it.
Yeah, I'm big on the
man.
kids though. I guess that's my issue though. I mean, so it's sad, but you know.
All right. So, G's, what we do every week, man, we do a top 5. Top 5. And so tonight's top 5, I was going back and forth and I looked at my list here. But I'm going to do top 5 cartoons of all time. Top 5 cartoons
Oh, that's something you can rock
of
with.
all
huh?
time.
I gotta write something down for this one.
All right.
Oh,
You got to write something down. So you want to go first?
Yeah, no, I want to go first. Let me get my list together.
Give me a minute. You can watch cartoons in a minute either.
All right, Dwayne, go for
you
it.
look at that cartoon 2 years ago.
That's a long time ago, man.
Who?
Anime.
What's the name? Oh,
Animaniacs.
Animaniacs.
I hadn't even heard of that.
I've seen it.
Looney
I'm
Tunes.
with you on that one. I'm with you. I remember that.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. The cartoon with Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, and Bo
Damn,
Jackson.
And I remember seeing
I
that
remember.
thing,
I
too.
can't remember the name
I don't
of it.
remember the name of it, but I remember seeing it.
I do. Just because Bo Jackson was on the stars. Number 3. I did like that.
Turtle Power.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Who's your number 1 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? He-Man. All right.
Hey, look, that's
He-Man.
on my list.
Hey, now I got
That's
you.
on my list.
He-Man is this number 1.
Now I'm with your He-Man.
All Anybody on my live, your top 5 cartoons, y'all put them in the chat, and I'll put them up there.
Say put 'em up.
Yeah, they put it in the
Yeah,
chat.
He-Man with that joint
I'll
now.
tell it.
He-Man.
You ready?
And the powers of the universe.
Make a list.
I'm with you on that.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, that was,
got 5,
that
Will?
was definitely on my list.
Go ahead. Well, I think we will.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Johnny Quest. That's a good one. Yeah. The Jetsons.
That's a good one.
Took that one from me.
Said we wouldn't know it.
Ain't nobody said my number. Ain't nobody. Who? Gumby.
Wow.
Ain't nobody said my
that
number
was-
1 yet.
Yeah, I don't think
That's your
nobody's gonna say
special one.
Gumby.
That's your special one. You did? You like Johnny Quest.
Twice, huh? Space Ghost.
Space Ghost. And he said he met him.
I'm ready.
Space
I'm ready.
Ghost.
Okay,
You ready? All right, go
Here go
ahead,
mine.
Jesus.
So no
All right.
particular order.
All right, Jeezy.
Flintstones,
No doubt.
Looney Tunes, He-Man, Captain Planet,
Captain Planet.
and Superman.
Superman. All
That's
right.
my 5.
No argument there.
Nobody
No
got
argument
mine
there.
yet. Go ahead,
You ready?
Scoop.
Yeah, mine's in no particular order either. I got the PJs, Batman,
Millennial.
Spider-Man, Johnny Bravo, and this is actually my number 1 is actually Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Tom and Jerry's a good one.
You looking at the new Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, you're right.
He had
No, that's what he got
He
to
had to
talk
be looking
about.
at the
That's
new
what he got
Tom
to
and
talk
Jerry. He wasn't the old Tom and Jerry. All right, Jeezy, what you got?
Yeah, I did hear.
Oh, you did this?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do mine. Flintstones,
Facts.
Tom and Jerry, the old version. Wow. Oh. Scooby-Doo.
I definitely like Scooby-Doo.
Damn, was this a cartoon? I can't remember if it's a cartoon. I can't remember if it's a cartoon. Was Wonder Woman a cartoon?
It was.
It was.
I thought it was Super Friends.
Super Friends. All right. And my number one of all time, Underdog.
Underdog.
We have come to save the day.
Now that shows your age.
Boy!
What? Underdog. That's a good one. All right, well, let me read off the online folk first. Number one fan got Pinky and the Brain.
Yep.
Oh, Fat Albert.
Oh, man.
That's a good one.
Bugs Bunny. She done took two of mine. Jackson 5.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, look. They had rubber knees, dog. Their knees never came to a point.
Right.
They were dancing, their knees never came to, and they always had on boots. And they always have on boots.
And the Flintstones. My Aunt Orlena got Bugs Bunny, the Jetsons, Fat Albert, Timmy Turner. I like Timmy Turner.
Never heard of it.
For real? Never. Dang. SpongeBob. So you covering all the
age limits.
Yeah. And Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, I'm tripping.
That's a good one.
Gotta say Alvin and Chipmunk. I'm tripping. Yeah, man. Alvin's my guy.
Jaren got Thundercats. Thundercats. Pinky and the Brain. Hey, he got my other one right here. Transformers.
Oh, I forgot about Transformers.
Gargoyles. And Thunder the Barbarian. Oh, man, those are good ones, yeah. Those are good ones. All right, so mine are, then took a couple of mine. Fat Albert. I remember that on Fat Albert as a kid like a mug, boy. Hey. Dun-dun. Hey, man, that was the joint right there, boy.
That
Fat Albert.
My man with that flop hat. That's what got me.
Yeah.
Rudy.
The Flintstones.
Yeah.
I love Fred Flintstone, man. You know what I mean? Wilma. Yes, sir. Bam, 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 bam,
That's my guy.
bam.
I'm about to say, that's my guy.
He should have played football.
Hey, look. And while you messing around, bro, Bam Bam Mama was fine. Betty?
Betty, yeah.
Betty was.
Betty had it going on.
Betty had it going on.
Hey, I see why you like R. Kelly now. You got a little bit of makes sense now.
He said it makes sense now. I'm with Jaren on this one, man. I've been a big Transformer fan forever. And I love the movies. I love the cartoon, the Transformers. That's 3. Number 4, kind of torn, but I'm gonna go with the Jetsons. That was a joint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my favorite cartoon of all time, to this day, Bugs Bunny. Yeah, but Bugs had his own show. You know what I'm saying? Bugs had his own. Hey, Bugsy pal.
Hey, man, nobody said, who was the little cat running around?
Oh,
G.I. Joe.
With the fedora? That one?
No.
What's
that wasn't no cartoon.
What was the one where he
that
kept
was grown
growing
folk.
Acme, ACME? What was it?
You
Road
talking
Runner.
about Road Runner. Yeah.
It is.
Road Runner had his own show too.
Yeah.
Road Runner beat. Cause I like Daffy Duck, but I know Daffy Duck was all part of that Looney Tunes. He used to be on there with
I brought them
Bugs.
all
So.
together with that Bugs
Yeah.
Bunny, yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Good deal, man. Good deal.
Good positive
got-
end. I like how we finished that. That's dope, y'all.
Hold on, my mom just trying to. I see. She about to call me. So I read her
Call
list.
them.
I see it.
She gonna call you with her list.
I see it. I told you put it on here. All right. She got Mickey Mouse, Scooby Dooby Doo, Batman, the Flintstones, SpongeBob, and I guess her honorable mention is Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't really care with Pop. That wasn't my thing.
I get. I guess I got an honorable mention too, y'all.
Who your honorable mention?
I don't even want to say it. Don't judge me. I was young. Care Bears.
Care Bears.
But I did love it. I loved it as a kid.
My
As a kid. Hey,
my
that's all I wanna say.
honorable mention would be my man Yogi Bear.
Yeah, Yogi.
Yogi.
Hey, boo boo.
Hey, boo boo.
You don't know about that one, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you know about Yogi?
Yes.
Yeah,
You know
boo-boo.
you raised me. You know I got an old soul, right?
Hey, nobody. Hey.
Yeah, he was a pimpin'. Yeah, he was.
He was
Yeah,
too much.
yeah.
Huh?
Pepper Le Pew.
He was kissing on too many girls. He was R. Kelly before R. Kelly.
Nah, that's
He was
R.
R. Kelly before R.
Nah,
Kelly.
that's
R. Kelly
Bill
before R.
Cosby.
Kelly, yeah.
He more Bill Cosby.
Pepe Le Pew. That's good. And Tweety Bird. Yeah, old Tweety Bird.
I just lost my gangster card, so it's over with.
With
I
Care
said
Bears.
Care Bears, it was over. It's all good. I'm 40 now.
Foghorn Leghorn. Hey, man. Another classic conversation, man. Appreciate you coming out, Jeezy. That was good stuff,
I
man.
love being here, man. Appreciate it. Love y'all boys.
Gotta
man,
have
for
you
real.
back, bro. Yeah, boy.
Comes to the game this weekend, no cap.
All right, Black Tony.
All right, just check. Look, I'll be there.
I don't know what position I play no more.
Look, while I'm sitting here, what was the score of the Outsiders game? Oh man, we gotta do better than that. We gotta beat them boys.
They scored late. They scored a cheap touchdown late.
All right, we gotta do better than that.
We dominate the whole game though, believe that.
We gotta do better than that on them. Yeah,
We won, right?
Teach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
6-0.
won. We gotta do.
Man,
We gotta do better on
a
that.
W is a W.
Oh no, it's something personal with those cats.
Right.
Yeah, we gotta handle that.
Oh no, listen, JT. If you would have saw their faces, if you would have saw their faces, bro. Hey, if you would have saw their faces,
Hey,
and the
man.
way Amos talked trash to him, man, after calling them out, oh boy, yeah,
man.
You would have loved it.
We
Trust me.
need to own them for the rest of our career. As long as that Superman, as long as that Shockwave S is out there, we're gonna own that O.
I'm sure it's a backstory to that. I got to hear it later.
Yeah. We're gonna own that O for real. So we're gonna get some clothes. Hey man, go and let people know, how proud you are of your daddy, and how much you so proud of how he raised you and everything, and how he taught you, guided you towards the Air Force and got you as a success in life going forward. Talked about you being skinny, got you lifting weights, got your arm. Put your muscles up, dog. Let them see them. Let them see your muscles.
Man, don't do it.
There you go. There, let them see. Well, I talked him into all that. He made him get a tattoo. Yeah.
Talking about, he gonna call him out on everything, ain't he?
Right.
He ain't do nothing himself.
Appreciate it, Nick.
Give me my flowers.
Oh, you already took them, but you just that's what that just was. I thought I thought that's what that was.
Right. Yeah.
But, go ahead. I'm not gonna follow you because I can't deal with it. But go and let people know how they can follow you, how they can find you if they want to find you. I know you say you was thinking about starting your own podcast.
Yeah,
So
but
go
not
on-
now. Not
I
like
know,
the
but go and let them
next
follow
year.
you so when you get ready to start it,
He even
they
got
can
the
see when it's about
Playboy
to start.
necklace on. I just
What?
noticed that. He got the necklace
man.
on.
Yeah, bro, I'm branded out here. You ain't know.
I see it, boy.
See it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Hokage.drew, spelled HOKAGE.DREW on Instagram. That's it.
Where you stationed at now?
Sadly, Oklahoma.
Sadly, Oklahoma.
Hey, proud of your nephew for real.
Thank you.
Hey, but he's about to be a security guard on the sidelines of the Oklahoma University game. This
Yeah.
yeah,
That'll be a lot of fun.
yeah.
That's
I-
field
I-
seats.
I need some good pictures from that one, bro. I need some good pictures. I'm gonna post them like I was there.
That'd be a lot of fun there.
Real
for
for
sure.
real.
He might
yeah.
be there.
All right, Jesus, what you got, bro? Let people know something about you.
Hey man, nothing on social media, man. Love, live, enjoy your people, man. Like you said, give everybody your roses while they're here. I appreciate this, man. I'm coming back again, man, because I love the energy. You know what I mean? Y'all tune in, man. Definitely a classic conversation.
That's dope. That's dope right there. Yeah, my man. G.
Hey man, we appreciate you coming out, man. You said you were coming this time and showed up. Well, I said told him about the R. Kelly thing. He said, I'm there.
Hey, if we played our flag games at this time, I will be at every one.
Don't we wish, right?
Right.
No, we don't, really.
Hey, listen, you know my bill the same one every week. Get out there and vote. All right. Midterms coming up. Get out there and vote. Don't think this just stuff is not important. Think globally, vote locally.
Oh yes.
Nah,
yes.
Herschel.
Yeah.
Herschel tripping.
Please understand that Herschel Walker. Just don't vote as a Georgia fan. All right. Just don't do that. Don't do that.
Big thought.
Yeah. Don't vote as a Georgia fan.
Sam, Jaron, put in there. Yosemite Sam. Yeah.
My last thing. I don't have much, man. I had a great birthday. My man just bought me this Remy. I'm going to enjoy it tomorrow with my son. He don't drink brown liquor, but we're gonna get him acclimated tomorrow.
I got Tito's.
He's 21 now.
I got Tito's.
At least take a birthday shot, right?
Oh yeah. Not much, man. The only thing I can tell you is that each day is like it's like a gift. You know, the same gift that you get when you wake up on Christmas morning. You know, open it up and make sure that you use it because it's there for you to use. So each day, use it as a gift. It is a gift from God. Use it as if you got a gift from your mom or your dad on Christmas morning. And that'll do it, man, for Classic Konversations. We will see you next week. Any idea what we're going to talk about next week yet? You got an idea? No. Not yet?
I mean, we're going to explore the folks who got, want to explore it next week?
The missing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an idea.
There's a whole bunch of folks turned up missing. And there was a big conversation this week about how they made a big issue, and no disrespect to the girl that was found killed, but how they made this big issue about her being missing. But they're not making this big issue about all these black folks that's turned up missing.
All right, well, there it is. Next week, that's what we're going to dive into. And we're saying it tonight, so that means we're going to do a little research on it. You got an idea, Jesus? I mean, okay. All right, so that's what we're going to do next week, man. We're going to talk about these missing girls of color right here in the Atlanta area. We need to talk about that because it is something that nobody talks about. It is up under the rug, you know what I'm saying? So next Tuesday, we're going to be on time. I think. So, Classic Konversations, and we are out.
Hey, peace out, man. Love.
You dig?
Something we did. Tell me you mad at me, cause I can't deal. And it's hard to live without my brother. And it's hard to forgive, but still I pray. Feel the water flow. This is for the fire in your soul. We pray for better days to live our lives and make a change. Feel the water flow. This is for the fire in your soul. In your soul, your soul, your soul. Life, but I'm just trying to get my soul right. Been struggling my whole life, in the dark with no sunlight. Tired of making up excuses, going crazy about to lose it. In the midst of all the bullshit, let the music be a pulpit.
You ever got high? I know, no, I'm not talking about drug high. Nah, I'm talking about high and something